Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. Y'all already know what it is. We back with another one of them things. And today, man, we really got some things to break down. Obviously, if you've been living under a rock, Miles Bridges, took the podium today. Long awaited. He had the president of the basketball operations, Mitch Kupchak, sitting alongside of him. To me personally, I think the sit down was more powerful than a lot of people may think. I watched it about 3 or 4 times. I got to keep it 100 with you because sometimes when you listen to the first initial time, you miss certain things on the second go around. You can't catch everything. You understand? So it was so important. I felt the need to listen to it multiple times. And let me know if my it says the mic need adjusting. Let me know how my mic is coming through. If anybody having trouble listening to me, let me know. The only person it's the only person who says that's infamous. But back to what I was just discussing, Miles Bridges is back with the Charlotte Hornets. And like I said, it was a very powerful sit down with Mitch Kupchak. I definitely loved to see Mitch there. It was just him and the president of basketball operations addressing the media. And Mitch said a lot of things. Like I said, it was a Miles situation. But if you was listening, you heard a lot of shit. You understand that could apply to a lot of different things. Mitch Kupchak just can't hold his tongue. Pause. You understand? He got to say he says some crazy things. And one thing he did say was that Lamelo Ball in year 4, is emerging as one of the leaders on the basketball team. Obviously, he said that Miles is returning back, providing leadership as well, and to be one of the leaders on the team. But before he went into Lamelo Ball, he did identify Terry Rosier and Gordon Hayward as the leaders of the basketball team. That's why I had to go back and listen to it a couple of times because I knew my ears wasn't deceiving me when I heard that. So before he said, they asked him about leadership on the team. He said 2 names before he got to LaMelo Ball. Now that's up to you guys to figure out how to take that away. But he did acknowledge that, and he said in year 4, believe it or not, LaMelo Ball is one of the leaders of the basketball team as well. So in so many words, Mitch is trying to let everybody know that there is leadership on this team. Miles is going to be in an insulated situation. We all know that LaMelo Ball eats, sleeps, and shits the game of basketball. So I think once everybody get in the gym and everything gets situated, that's going to be the only thing locked on their minds. And I'm expecting the Charlotte Hornets, just like Miles said, to be a playoff team this year. He talked about how good they got defensively. I'm going to get into that tonight as well. But the key takeaways from Mitch Kupchak to me was definitely, like I said, I want to know how people are going to take it. Because anybody could view it from a different perspective. And we're going to get all into it. But this was the long-awaited arrival that I think the world, especially Hornets fans all around the world, LaMelo Ball fans all around the world has been waiting on. We knew Miles was coming back, but it don't get no more realer, 4K crystal clear than what we seen Mitch Kupchak and Miles Bridges on the podium today. Miles Bridges is back. Airbnb will be in full effect. and we got a lot of things to break down from this unbelievable sit down, this surprise sit down. Nobody knew this was happening today. This just hit us out of nowhere. You understand? So we got to break it all down. We ain't even get started yet. Salute to the whole entire chat. Everybody rocking with Flight Sports TV. Salute to my man Basil Carpenter Jr., who was in the building early. Shout out to my man DJ Gemini, repping the 504. Shout out Ronzo Ball. Shout out BMR. And salute to everybody in the chat. Peace and love to you all, man. Listen, I got my man All Access in the building. Dex, talk to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in these streets. Shout out to the panel as it reaches its premium peak. And shout out to the chat and all of its cacophony spewing out of the cracks and crevices of Flight Sports Block. And big ups, I'm talking major big ups to everybody pulling up to Flight Sports TV and enjoying the viewership. Listen, we only ask you complete one process. It's 3 steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience. We all want to humbly thank Flight and all of his efforts to put forth this here thing at Flight Sports TV by inviting us to a front row seat to witness this extravaganza up close, live, in person, in 3D. Salute to you, Flight, for everything that you have done thus far and to bring the channel up to the stage and where it is at. We all know Flight Sports TV is the truth and a trustworthy mechanism. Flight, you said a lot of things. And let me commend you, first of all, my brother. Let me stress the commemoration of when I first came to Flight Sports TV and how you generously accepted me. I'm fully ingratiated to that. And listen, Flight, that video you put out with Miles Bridges, it was a bomb. That was one of few videos out of the totality of the vault that I watched more than 3 times. Back to back to back to back. So salute to you and all of the acute angles that you took and the equanimity of your posture and your pose and your calmness in delivering such a video with deliberate information. I totally appreciate that. I love your tone. I love the rhythm. I love the cadence of how you espoused on that Miles Bridges video. In case of any of you out there that haven't seen it, go to Flight Sports TV. It's the latest video that he put out. Miles Bridges and Mitch Kupchak presser.
I apologize. Before you continue, I apologize to the audience. You know, Flight Sports, we usually catch that shit right on the money. You know, the news broke a little. I was a little tied up, but I got to it at my earliest convenience. But you know how we do. It's Flight Sports.
Yes, sir. Flight. The state of Charlotte Hornets. Not the state of the union, but the state of Charlotte Hornets. Mitch Kupchak, a.k.a. Mitty. Before we go into Mitch Kupchak, Flight, we congratulate Mitch Kupchak for being a Hall of Fame executive and his tenure of duty at the Los Angeles Lakers, who was part of 5 championships as an executive. and part of, I believe, 2 championships as a player. If it was not 2, it was at least 1 as a player. So we thank Mitch Kupchak for his involvement for being an LA Laker. Now, that bullshit that he was talking today was another aspect of regurgitated circular logic. Once again, Mitch Kupchak has put his foot in his mouth. I think Mitch Kupchak is being coerced and forced to some degree to put out this kind of disinformation. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it disinformation. Because I think it's deliberate. It's not misinformation. Let me share this with you guys, if you may. There is a new Darwin evolution theory. And this theory is called punctuated equilibrium. Punctuated equilibrium. Because the old Darwin theory has ran its course and it remained a theory, even though a lot of people believe in it, even though it is taught in school. And basically, the punctuation equilibrium is, in a nutshell, as life develops, there is catastrophes that wipe out them or wipe them out. Now, how do we relate that to the Charlotte Hornets? The Charlotte Hornets were beginning to evolve into something that you wanted to see. And some of the younger players started to develop or terraform with newfound life. And that's Miles Bridges, Lamelo Ball, and to some degree, PJ Washington. So as these young players were terraforming their basketball game, a lot of narrative have spiraled throughout the NBA landscape. So you had a lot of dogmas, you had isms and schisms about LaMelo, Miles, and some degree PJ Washington. You know, will they sprout? Will they be stunted? Or will they stink? And they kind of sprouted. But it seemed like somebody always put their finger on it and messes it up. Or try to slow roll, as we used to say with street gambling or curbside gambling, slow roll the dice. Try to do trickery with the dice. And so we're hoping that this new found ownership can perform a direct panspermia, meaning sprinkle life all throughout the organization and give it new life. Because Charlotte Hornet was on a brink of extension. Wait. Nah. Let me take that back. Extension might have been a little too extreme. On a brink of failure. Not financially. On a brink of failure on fanfare until 2020. All of a sudden, the gods rained favor on the Charlotte Hornets and gave them the number 3 draft. And they chose our boy, Lamelo Ball. When they chose Lamelo Ball, that skyrocketed their value in the NBA landscape 10 times over. 10 times over. They went from hundreds of millions to approximately 3 billion. And then from 2020 to 2023, we all know that now they're worth nearly $3 billion. LaMelo Ball, upon his entrance into the NBA. Now we're talking about Mitty, and we're debunking Mitty and his so-called choice of leadership or recognition of leadership in the Charlotte Hornets. What a pity. LaMelo Ball have shown flashes, intermittently, of course, of certifying standard of purity as far as point guard player and being able to inject fanfare excitement to the point it got to some young fans as hysteria when the LaMelo Ball got on the court, and especially being 50% of Airbnb. So soon the LaMelo Ball will be the final of this core face of the franchise. The final of this core face of the franchise. He will not share that duty and be the exclusive leader. As we witness LaMelo Ball's endeavor as a Charlotte Hornet, we are actually seeing a big part of the hallmark of a superstar. We're witnessing this unfold. I know we've seen this on other teams, but now we're actually seeing this on the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball endeavors of a hallmark superstar, soon to be the face of the NBA. I know people want to debate that, and this is why I'm saying this. 260. He's up there with Joker. He's up there with LeBron. He's past basically everybody else until Jaylen Brown gets his money. Then we be talking something different. But right now, year 4, 260. He's not alone in that category. He has company. And that only tells me that this is who the NBA are choosing to be that face of the NBA, and it's a race to the finish line. Ant-Man, Tyrese Halliburton, LaMelo Ball. And on top of that, we all know that LaMelo Ball represents the new drip, the new phase, the new flair that will blaze his way on the road to glory. This cannot be denied, and this cannot be deterred, because you cannot stop an idea or movement whose time has come. Thank you, Flight. So all that what Mitty was talking about, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rosier, being some kind of a leadership and trying to spit in the face of LaMelo Ball after the 260, there he go again with the bullshit. He just cannot remove himself from that because he has a fixation on LaMelo Ball and what he's going to do without being trapped by the growth and development of the Charlotte Hornets training staff. I rest my case.
Absolutely, Dex, man. That was definitely a lot, to break down. Dex gave his thorough insight on what's going on. He didn't sound like he was too pleased with Mr. Mitch Kupchak. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. I definitely want to get everybody's takeaways. I got my man Gemini, Purple Baby in the building. Gemini, you was here first. What's your thoughts on what's going on here? It's Flight Sports TV. Did you see Miles Bridges the sit down today press conference?
I seen it.
Okay,
Flight.
so you good?
No
Go ahead.
offense.
Oh Lord.
Purple didn't get a chance to flow yesterday. I'm gonna give her
Now,
first
well,
take.
you definitely need to hear what Purple Baby got to say about this because she might be the most qualified.
Yeah,
We got Purple Baby in the building. The Charlotte Hornets. They get
ambassador.
they get their co-star back and Miles Bridges. I'm very excited for the intensity that Miles is going to bring this season with money on his mind. You heard Mitch Kupchak said they own his bird rights. They're going to revisit this at the end of the season. What the hell you think Miles Bridges is gonna be playing for? For charity? He gonna be playing to get that big time max offer that was on the table prior to this incident. So just be on the lookout for the Charlotte Hornets, man. I'm telling you, they should be able to dominate, and I'm expecting them to take off. And I expect them to win some games, those first 10 games of the season. And Miles coming back to propel them. Because they missed Miles all for a whole year. My bad. I'm just going on and on. But I got Purple Baby in the building. Purple Baby, what's your thoughts on this situation that's going on with the Charlotte Hornets? Well, Purple Baby will be right with us. Um,
Okay, well,
go ahead.
I'll slide back in. Um,
Pause.
Literally, I know this was just for the fans. I also realized they knew the type of questions that the one reporter was going to ask, and a lot of those questions that he asked had to do specifically with the case and could not be spoke up on. So that part was a red flag because we all know it was
Now,
going to be a
they was
dog.
asking too many questions. You talking about the case?
The reporter kept asking
Yeah, they
about
was.
the
I thought that was
case.
crazy. He couldn't talk about it. They was trying any old way. You know how the media do. They're gonna
Right, right,
ask him
right,
in a
right, right.
different way. Go ahead, my bad.
So with that, that's what I mean about the dog and pony show. They knew they could not. He could not talk on them things. That's why he would only keep it to his version of therapy because he cannot go against what the judge has told him, his lawyer, and he cannot speak about that situation outside of that courtroom, especially with the NBA already have done their own investigation, so the information is already out there. The bullet points are already out there and already presented to the media. Basically, is what I'm getting at. So all the extra that the reporter was trying to do, I'm not getting caught up in that. As far as what Mitch was doing, he was trying to cover up the problem, but then when he spoke about the leadership of the team, he put his own foot in his mouth when he brought up Hayward and Rosier. You wouldn't have gave this young man 195 with the potential of hitting up to 260. You wouldn't have gave that to him. You would have gave that to Terry or Haywood. So they're definitely not the leaders on the team. Haywood 9 times out of 10 won't be there after this year. So with this, the Dog and Pony show is over. I was just waiting for it to hit the airwaves. And you could tell they wouldn't even prepare themselves because their sound was up and down at the beginning of it and everything else. So they definitely wasn't prepared for it. That's why they didn't even have it on the schedule for everyone. So I'm sorry for like Dog and Pony show. That's it. Nothing else I could bring to the table. I know how Dex
No,
feel about
no, you had a
him,
good points.
but I know how Dex feel about him, but I'm sorry. It's a Dog and Pony show, man. It is what it is.
I thought that Mitch Kupchak he had Miles Bridges back. I like that. I took that from I like the way he was standing next to Miles in that situation. He does know that this is his best addition to the team. It's not like they had any fucking free agents or anything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
this is basically almost like a addition to the team. In some form or fashion. But Purple Baby, what's your thoughts on what's going on with this situation?
With what? Like,
Well, did you watch the press conference today?
oh no.
Oh,
Why?
good.
What's going on?
Oh, basically, Miles Bridges finally addressed the media.
Oh.
Yeah, for the first time, he said a couple of things, but we discussing more about what Mitch Kupchak said. And Mitch Kupchak said that he discussed the leadership of the team, and before he got to Lamelo, he stated that they had Terry Rosier and Gordon Hayward, and believe it or not, Lamelo Ball in his fourth year, he's one of the leaders as well.
Hmm.
What do you think about Mitch Kupchak? Listen about three names before you got to Lamelo, and then put the believe it or not in front of it. News, no news. We taking it too far. What's your thoughts? Talk to me.
I mean, it is what it is. That's the only thing I can say. I don't see in any. I have not seen from Terry Rozier any leadership. I've seen Terry Rozier try to be one of the young boys, if that makes sense. Trying to fit in, trying to connect with them. That's what I've seen. And then with Gordon, it's just like the guy that's out of touch with our culture, just in general as black people. Like he don't know left from right. Like so he don't know what's going on. I don't understand how you select a leader, that ain't familiar. And then as far as Lamelo, you got three different voices, and everybody leads in different ways. But to have three voices in that locker room, three voices on the floor, that's too much. That's too much. Maybe two people, a co-captain and a captain. That's all you need. That's too much.
So purple. My question is to you: do you honestly, after, because I know you follow them harder than I do. Do
Hmm.
you honestly believe that Mitch is actually gonna right the ship after, like, because he gave misdirections and he spoke off of both sides of his mouth when it
Hmm.
came to backing Miles.
Hmm.
Yes, he did. On one point, he stood there firm, but then he doubled back on it a little bit, and that's what raised my red flag with him, and that's why I call it a dog and pony show.
I mean, the situation Miles had, a lot of people would say that it's not a tricky situation. Like you either support, what he did, and you for the BS, and you're not a real man and stuff like that. For that, and then the other side is just totally against it because you got a lot of people that don't believe in getting second chances and feeling like it's not regretful. That Miles wasn't regretful because I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I was watching Hornets games, but I wasn't watching them for Miles Bridges. So when the situation went down, a lot of people pointed out, with his situation that they weren't surprised per what he raps about and how he wants to be a gang member, and that I think it was a regular season game with Cleveland and they lost and he walked off the court and threw his mouthpiece into the crowd or whatever it was. I never seen that, never noticed that, it was just something never really pointed out until after he got in trouble. But I don't know, I just, that's just frustration. Steph did it when he was frustrated. I don't judge and feel like guys got anger issues that just because they throw their mouthpieces and stuff like that or punch a chair and whatever that they got anger issues and they can't control themselves. So that situation is sticky. Like you got to be against it, but then you got to be like, yo, he's young and he deserves another chance. So
Well, I'll honestly say this: for the fans that Mitch was aiming at to, most of them are either supervisors or managers, so they're always within meetings. They
mhm.
think meeting conduct is the same as being an athlete, and it is not. You have emotions on that court, regardless of the fact of the matter. because it is almost like a situation of it's cool when they do it, it's a problem when I do it.
Mhm.
So literally at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna bring age into it. It's like they're turning the viewers off. They're looking at a board meeting and then adding emotions within a board meeting rather than looking at this as a sport because they football and basketball is you got to be a gladiator. You can't just I guess you want to say go out there holding a Teletubby and expect for them to be to put up numbers and be a elite defender, elite scorer. This is a contact sport. This is not flat touch football. So I dig it. As far as that full situation, I'm not even gonna look at the I'm not even gonna look at that situation because it was not spoke upon within this interview. They
What
tried to bring it up
situation you talking about?
with Miles, the overall situation. I'm not bringing it up because it's a court issue. So there was some other things that was said that let you know it was not all Miles and the other individual within the situation stated that herself. So with knowing that aspect of it, I honestly think the young man deserved a second chance. So for them to be so much of an uproar, most of the DV that happens within their community is not us that do it, it's them. So I I do not get how they're just trying to be off with his head, don't give him a second chance and stuff like that. I don't get it.
First of all, America is one of the lead. I know she has a horrible human rights record, but in reality, America is one of the leaders in the industrial world as a second chance nation. And that should apply to all, not a few,
Right.
especially when the person who is a who is considered the perpetrator and you have a victim that has uh, extended out an overture of forgiveness, then the perpetrator puts in the proper work to show contrition, not just verbally, but actuality, and going into counseling programs and dealing, going to bat women that has been battered and going to those shelters and speaking with them and
Hmm.
genuinely becoming financially in conch with some of those genuine programs, not one that's trying to use it, but then at the same time trying to express feminism. So that's
Right.
not genuine. But the
What Dex?
genuine one,
What Dex?
appreciate
The
support financially, and that's part of the rehabilitation and roll back to glory that Miles Bridges started when he got drafted into the NBA.
right, but the main reason why I have the outlook that I have within this situation and why I looked at it so hard and so deep, I used to counsel my male and female soldiers when they would have this same issue. Okay, and I had to bring them in front the commander, the first sergeant, and stuff like that. So I've been a part of all those different meetings, and having to decide if this individual is going to continue their military career or am I going to stop them right now? So that's the reason why I kind of have a different outlook on it. And I went through his situation because I actually did the FOIA request for it and I read through the transcript. So she she said what she did, and with that, that's why I say he definitely deserves a second chance.
I'm happy that he got that second chance. To be honest with you, the Charlotte Hornets, they need him back. And I think that they're about to take the next step, in my opinion, just because of Miles is coming back, believe it or not, along with the extra pieces and shit like that they have. But the addition of Miles coming back, Mitch said it. He had his best season a year ago, and I'm expecting them to sustain it. What do you think about that? Well, both of you,
I did,
Purple Baby, and both of y'all
yeah.
can answer.
Purple, you got it.
Um, I mean, a lot can change in a year, and we'll see when he gets on the court after his suspension. And that's all I got to say. Like, a lot can change. When he left, Atlanta was semi-competitive. New York, to some people, was competitive. When he got in trouble, to other people, they wasn't. Cleveland wasn't. They were bubbling. So it's just different. So we'll see when he get out there on the court.
My thing is Mitch failed him with the added additions that he could have brought to the team.
Mm.
Now, if we gonna stop talking fugazi, Mitch failed him on adding some solid additions, especially to the front court. But I mean, he did strengthen the guards. He did bring in Miller. So the wing, I guess I could say the wings are decent now. I think the guards will develop to be decent, but he could have did better, man. As an executive, I'm sorry. He, even if it's going against the grain for betterment of the organization, I think he could have went a little harder in the paint.
Mm, I don't have no disagreements with you there.
Do you think that the Hornets are going to make the playoffs now that Miles is back?
Now, okay, Flight.
Uh,
I'm gonna ask you, like, are you saying 1 through 6 or 7 through 10?
Man, just get their ass in the playoffs, whether they got to go through the play-in, wherever. I mean, when after the play-in tournament is over and 1 through 8 is set, will the Hornets be one of those 8 teams?
Um, I gotta
I,
see like how good Miami's gonna be,
I,
but
I got them at 11. I got them ranked at 11. I'm sorry. I got them ranked at 11.
yeah, I, cause I'm trying to see Philly, Milwaukee.
That front court is weak, Flight. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That front court is my main concern. Just like with the Lakers right now, we need a center. Charlotte need like Williams. I think Williams will have a decent season. I hope Thor motor is better this season, but you cannot keep, I guess you could say, duct taping this together in the front court. Just in the front court, bro. I'm not concerned 1 through 3. I think that will develop. 1 through 3, I think they will be okay. But when you go to 4 and 5, I got reservations and concerns. Cause
Like I said, I think the Hornets are going to figure out a way to sneak in there some way, somehow. Somebody said 11th is wild. It's going to be tough, but I think they can get in.
Oh,
What you think? Go
hey,
ahead.
I would like if we could quickly review. I'm not gonna say everybody is set because we gotta wait till the season starts. But if I'm looking at the bottom, Chicago, I think is gonna be down there. Atlanta's gonna be down there. That's what I question. Miami might be down there, and it's like, okay, somebody that's at the bottom, that was at the bottom, like the Hornets was last year. Somebody has to move up, but I don't know. I don't know if Orlando, like, they won, I think 37 or 35 games. It was somewhere in the 30s. It might have been
Right.
32. It's just like they was. I don't think they was injured or anything. I don't believe. But it's like, okay, how good are they gonna be? I don't think they'll win 40 games, but it's just like they'll be decent. And I'm like, my only question is, are they gonna be better than Chicago? Really? That's
I,
I'm looking. I don't
I
see
got
them.
Orlando at 42. I think they could win like 42 games, even though they are the development team of the NBA.
Yeah, facts. Let me see. Brooklyn, they'll probably be better than Brooklyn. Brooklyn got a lot of wings though. Washington, they should be better than Washington. Indiana, they won 35 games. See, I don't know, man. Like I really don't know.
And that's exactly why I got them at 11. I have them at 11 only because of the concerns about the front court. I think they're going to get beat more within the trenches rather than 1 through 3. I think they could kind of in the East. I think they could somewhat hold their own, but I think overall they're going to get punished in the trenches.
Hmm. And then we forget that these teams got to they got to go out west too. So we don't even know what the western part of the schedule is going to look like. But I do agree, just in general, like they front court is whew, like
And that's why I hold my reservations on that. He
Well,
the
what's wrong with the front court?
the
they
front
not
court.
big
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
they not big
Hold on,
enough
what'd you
at
say?
all.
I missed it. What'd you say?
They're not big enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Mark Williams, right?
Yeah, but him and Nick is like unless because
Why would Nick be starting? Wouldn't it be
no,
Miles?
no, listen. What I was trying to tell you was like a lot of teams I noticed went out. Like it's a possibility. I don't think Detroit is gonna be that good, but it's a possibility that Detroit is gonna run a two center system out the gate.
Hmm.
They need a legitimate big out there to guard. You know whether it's Wiseman or Durham out there in that paint. Indiana, they I don't think Walker's gonna start, which is their draft pick, but I'll see when it comes.
I
But
think Obi Toppin about to go crazy up there.
but
Yeah.
do
Oh,
you
Yeah,
ask
they're
that,
gonna be nice.
y'all,
Indiana gonna be a problem.
do you
right, but
think
that's OB's spot to lose. That's
right?
OB's spot to lose the starting spot.
But I'm
He
gonna ask.
should be the starting power.
Uh, I would ask y'all this: do Obi play like like do he play smaller than the size he is, or bigger, or is he in between both? Like where he
Look,
play?
he don't post up. He can shoot threes. He gonna be like a stretch four.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
play
he could
more
attack the
stretch game,
basket. He ain't no dude you dump the ball to in the post.
but
Okay,
he also boxes out. Purple. He OB boxes out,
so
and a
that
lot of people don't look at that
He's a
about
lob
his
threat.
game.
They just got a lob threat. I tell you that much. He
so
Yeah,
gonna be
but
they
jumping
they
all
but he
should
over.
be
box
able
out.
they should be able to handle or split with Indiana. Orlando, I know they got Pablo and Wendell Carter. They're mm,
And they just added 3 draft picks to their team. Three
yeah,
no three
I'm sure don't
three
have.
or 4 draft picks to their team, and every last one of them got size to them. Every last one of them, even the point guard who's tall. He's a defensive minded point guard.
Black. You talking about Anthony Black?
Yeah, black.
That's my only question. Like, it's not gonna be easy, man. Like, because even with teams that can go small with them, I feel like they don't have the talent in the wing. Like, they don't have it. Like when I look out east, I think Boston got smaller, in my opinion. Yes, I know they got Kristaps, but to me, like they with Gallinari gone, and Gallinari I think was like 6'7" or something like that. I think he might be 6'8", but to me they lost a lot of their length. But within their starting lineup, like Jaylen Brown and Tatum alone, like the Hornets, like they don't like for teams that's just small out east. Like Miami lost. I don't know about Miami. They're a question mark to me because they lost Vincent and what's the name? I can't think of the other guy they lost, but just they intangibles for that team. I just don't know, and that's just the teams out east. When we go
Well,
out west, it's a different beast, and
right,
not too many teams out west are small.
but Boston also drafted a 6'7" combo. The guy really don't know what position he really want to play. He don't he plays more like a small forward, but he's athletic enough to kind of be a guard, and he's 6'7", so he fills that void.
Yeah, like it's just gonna be. That's why I was constantly stressing. I don't care how good they might look in preseason. Preseason. I just like I feel like when teams go small against them, like I think they'll like I don't see anything that Atlanta has. I think they'll have a pretty good year against Atlanta and stuff like that. Even Washington, but like everybody else, it's it's different, man. And then when we go out west, you talking about just a different beast out west. Like it's different.
Well, when they go against the West teams, a lot of the West teams do have at least 250 as an average for their front court, 245, 250 ish as an average. So that's why I see them getting punished within the trenches.
Well, like let's look at like the Lakers, right? Now you said they trying to add more
We
front
need a
court,
center. We
yeah, front court, right? So if
yeah.
you take it from what we know now, what they got on their roster, and we think about the Hornets and stuff, would you give would you think that they would beat a team like the Lakers, the Hornets?
Oh no. Oh no. I and it but here's exactly why I say that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to get it misconstrued. Regardless on if we I'm gonna give you my starters, and then I'm gonna give you my backups, and then I'll lay it all out for you. I will start D'Lo because he's a taller guard.
Mm-hmm.
Reeves is gonna start because he just got paid. Vando is my Swiss Army knife defensively, and I know he can hit the mid range. I know he's a little inconsistent with threes, but that's more for defensive torture. I want you to torture them with defense. Then is LBJ at power forward. Then Davis. Okay, that's my starters. My second unit is Vincent, Cam, Prince. You could stop right there. That's number defense. You could just stop right there. That's defense. Then you got Roy. The only position we're weak at, that's Hayes as the second backup. So I could see him kind of getting punished, but his motor is going to keep him within the game. Charlotte has a guy with a high motor, but I think I don't think it's going to transfer in when he's getting hit with a 250, 260 body frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's what I think about. Like I think about. Let me see. Uh, the Clippers is injured, so I'm not gonna mention them. Golden State is old. Um,
But they got Loney. They still got Looney, and Green is
Yeah,
still a Tasmanian devil down there.
let me see. Clippers, like Dallas. Okay, what I feel about Dallas is that Dallas and Phoenix is all offense. They not beating Phoenix. If they play Phoenix, they too much offense. They not gonna beat Phoenix at all. But Dallas, okay. So I know Kyrie and Luca, and I don't know if Hardaway is gonna start, but it's like,
Hardaway is definitely gonna start.
see, I don't know because I know so far since I don't,
They may
I
move
don't,
him to small forward, but he's gonna start.
yeah, and I'm thinking about like Dallas, and I'm like, it's I don't know. Dallas is I don't know. New Orleans is interesting because if Zion comes back and he's ready to play, I, it's too much.
But even without Zion playing the Pelicans, we have a front court with a high motor. The Pelicans have that. So
Okay. Because you know how I'm looking at it, the Clippers and the Pelicans specifically are
mhm.
heavy teams to me. Like they got a lot of guys that are capable enough to play the wing. Out
And
east,
the Clippers got Zubac too. Don't forget Zubac.
I didn't forget about Zubac. I'm not that I'm cool on him. Um, uh, and then see some teams they gonna lose to next year. They just ain't gonna have enough offensive firepower. And then other teams like Miami, that it's not even about their offensive firepower. It's about their defense. Like, I don't see it, dog.
I can't believe I'm hearing this right now.
Okay, Joey,
Is
what
this
you got?
salute to y'all, salute to flight, and salute to the chat. But
Educators then, Joey. Educators
God,
then. Because I want to hear your point of view.
we talking about their front court, man. They are not realized. Hold on, let this ambulance pass because he's geeking. Like there's nobody there. Why are you turning on your siren? Anyways, right? So they got Miles Bridges coming back, and
Hmm.
his best year. God, there's nobody even there. Why are you putting in your siren? Right? So, and he's the best. He had his best season at the power forward spot. You understand? And they didn't have that last year. See, a lot of people forgot about that. He had his best year at the power forward spot. They bringing back PJ most likely. I don't know yet. PJ can come off the bench, in my opinion. He doesn't deserve to start. So we got depth. And then you got Kai Jones. You think they sat Kai Jones and sent him to the G League? Man, that man is coming up to the big leagues. Get ready. And they going to mix and match him at the 4 and the 5. Feel me? Hungry. You ready to prove something? They got nothing but people that's ready to prove something in that front court. So I think they got a chance, man. Now, while and the scoring power, come on now. Miles coming back. You got Lamelo. You got Brandon Miller. Even if he come off the bench, he's gonna get 15 or 10 at least off the bench. Depending on what they do. I don't know how they're gonna do it because it's Charlotte. But they could definitely make the play, and that's what I'm saying. That could go.
I see them at 11 mainly because a lot of the teams you're going against, Joey, are going to have that 250 to 260 body frame that's going to move you up out the way, little bro. It's going to bump you up out the way. Trying to tell you.
Who's 250 in the front court? Name me some people.
The centers that they will be going against.
Who? Okay, Embiid. I
The
give you
the
Embiid.
the no, the centers and power forwards, that's the average around the league normally. Is 245, 250 from
I
power
don't. I,
forward to center.
I don't know about that, man. I think they got a fighting chance and to make the play-in. I said play-in. I'm not gonna jump and say playoffs off rip. I say
Joey,
play-in.
Joey, I'm gonna tell you. I tell the Saints fans here in New Orleans. You can always keep hope alive, but there's gonna be a time you gotta come back to reality, okay? You can always keep hope alive though.
Hold on. So, Gemini, tell me the four teams you see going ahead of them since they're going to be 11th for the play-in.
I don't hold on. I'll pull up the East right now.
I
I
don't.
I I don't mind doing homework, Joey. You know me. I don't mind doing homework.
Wait, what you said, Purple Baby?
Like I said, my only question marks is like I think Detroit is gonna be worse. Washington is gonna be worse. Toronto, I think is gonna be worse. Atlanta technically is worse. No man, I don't know what's going on.
So, isn't that already enough space for the Hornets to make the play-in?
I don't give him that, Joey. I honestly don't give him that, Joey. I'm bruh. I deal with reality. I'm I'm a student of the game, bruh. I'm a student of the game.
So,
Okay, right now Boston is. I got Boston gonna make the play. Knicks are gonna make the playoffs. I got the 76ers. Depends on their moves are gonna make the playoffs. So that's three. So that's three teams already, and that's just out the Atlantic. All right. Just go Central. Cleveland. I say Detroit and the Bucks are gonna make the playoffs. So that's
Detroit?
six.
Detroit?
Yes.
Oh, nah.
Yes.
Nah, Gemini.
You need to look at what Detroit got. You need to look at what Detroit got.
We don't even know what Kate is. We don't even know what they head of the franchise is, bro.
You
We
need
still
to look
don't
at
know.
what Detroit got, bro. They got a front court, and
Oh,
they are good between point to all the way through five.
we
Remember,
don't.
they added Wiseman. They already had Stewart already. They already had Stewart. Come on, Joey.
We
Check
don't
these
even.
rosters. Joey. Don't do that. Check the roster
Yo, you see how
before
it's
you
crazy
misspeak.
how
Before you
Cade
misspeak.
how
Before you
Cade is getting
misspeak.
pushed like that? That's crazy.
Nah, bruh.
Cade, we don't even know what Cade is yet. He didn't even play like that last year. Just keep it chill. Like, come on, bro. He has to
That was the whole
hold that
reason for
team.
adding Wiseman. That was the whole
Man,
reason for
but you
adding
still need a
Wiseman.
point guard. You still need a point guard to run the offense.
Ivory is going to play better. I'm telling you,
Ivy? Ivy didn't even do anything that good in the summer league like that. He played mediocre, regular, average.
bruh. Okay, all right.
Nah, Detroit
So
is crazy though. Go on though. Go on. My fault. Go on.
I got Miami, Atlanta, and for some reason, something is telling me that Washington is going to be in the play-in.
I'll give you Washington, but
Something
Atlanta.
is telling me Washington is going to be in the play-in. Atlanta, I think, is going to be in the play-in also. And I
Mm,
have Charlotte. I have Charlotte lower than them. I have them at 11.
mm.
I'm sorry. Prove me, prove me wrong by your roster. Prove me wrong.
I'm just trying to tell you what the Hornets is bringing back for the front court, man. Pay attention.
I,
Watch close.
I got their roster right here in front of me.
Exactly. So you see what they got coming back?
They don't have what you think they have. You're
Yo,
delusional right
bro,
now, Joey. The front
Miles
court.
Bridges will had his best career French All-Star as a power forward, bro. Are we serious right now? Did you
I'm
see
being
when he was
dead
going to
ass
them
right
power
now.
forwards out there?
I'm being dead ass right now. I'm being real dead ass right now. Joey, that front court, prime example. Thor. Do you think Thor is gonna have even if
Hell yes.
Even if Thor is the backup? Do you think Thor is gonna do better than what he did last season?
Hell yes. Hell
Okay,
yes.
hold on. And I'm glad you felt that way. So, all right, hold on. I'm pulling up his numbers and I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna pull up his numbers though
Well,
first.
we can't go off his numbers. He barely played like that
No,
last
no,
season.
no, because I'm gonna ask you a question. I got a question for you, my brother. Oh, do I have a question?
So nobody on the panel feel a way that he said Detroit
No, no,
is gonna play him
no,
though.
no, Joey.
Am I the only one?
Don't ask for a lightsaber now, Joey. You,
No, I don't need
you,
one. I
you,
don't
you
need one. I
asked
can
to
swim.
jump in this pool. Yes, do it. So,
I can
okay,
swim.
you,
I'm
me-
a lifeguard. I can swim. I'm goofy.
okay. So you mean to tell me what do you think Thor numbers is going to be this upcoming season, Joey?
This upcoming season, give me, shit. Give me off the bench or what you think starting? What you saying?
Well,
'Cause
well,
me,
he's
I think
gonna
coming
have
off the
to
bench.
start
You think he's
until
starting?
Miles come back. He's gonna have to start until Miles come back, right? Right? He's gonna have to start till Miles come back, right?
What if they put Brandon Miller there? How would you feel?
He's not gonna play power forward, Joey. Now you're high.
Wait. They did it in summer league. You don't think they'll do that shit again? No, it's
Shut up,
not.
the Flight
Joey,
Sports
you
team, man. Shut up.
high now.
Hey,
What what
Brandon Miller is
what
not playing power forward, bro. He don't have the rate to.
I just asked a question.
He don't have the rate to play that position, bro. You got to at least be about at least 240. I can see if he was 240 or 250 in muscle, but he's not.
exactly?
You know what I'm saying?
So Joey, you
Okay,
say
so
you're a
yeah, let me say it.
lifeguard. Yeah,
No.
go
I think
back
he's
and
gonna
answer that
average.
question.
I think he's gonna average. If he's starting, I think he's gonna go to the bench after Miles come back anyway. So I'm gonna average him out around 12 and 7 with a steal, averaging a steal in the block because he's gonna be playing defense.
Okay, now Joey,
Talk to me.
you do realize this man played 14 minutes in 69 games last season, right? 14 minutes. He averaged 3.88 points. 3.8 points.
Shit.
Rebounds. Rebounds. He averaged 2.2. 2.2.
That don't sound too good.
He played
That,
14 minutes, and I know the minutes was not. And he was not playing with Lamelo like that.
He
So
played 69 games, Joey. Joey, he played 69
14 minutes
games.
though. 14
He
I
minutes
mean,
though.
how many shots are you getting? What's his shots attempt per game? That's another question to ask too. Is he really getting the ball?
shot.
You know.
Okay. Field goal attempts a game 3.4.
Who y'all talking
Uh,
about?
Thor.
uh,
We're
uh,
talking about
me-
Thor.
uh,
We're talking about
yeah,
Thor.
JT Thor. Yeah.
You think he's taking 3 shots if he's coming off the
Say,
bench
bruh.
consistently? Yeah, bro. Again,
In 14 minutes, he shot 3.4 attempts.
Yeah, I thought he was better than that though. You know, I thought he was better than
he's
that.
not
But
meant to be
yeah,
a
He
scorer.
averaged 3.8 in 14 minutes,
He's
Joey,
not gonna be a scorer.
and
He's gonna be a
2.2
3 and D
in rebounds. 2.2 in rebounds.
in 14 minutes. Come on,
2.2 in 14 minutes.
come on,
I'm
man.
looking at the stat right here.
Give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes and let me see what he's
Giving
doing.
him more minutes ain't gonna change nothing, Joey.
so you think getting him 20 minutes? You think getting him 20 minutes? He gonna score what? At least what?
Six
13
more
points?
minutes?
Plus,
That's been generous.
plus, you gotta
Come on,
factor
Joey.
in. You gotta factor in the people he was playing with. You know, there was a lot of injuries last year for them.
Joey, he played
You know?
69 games.
But who would he play those 69 games with? See, that's another thing. If you want to go and look into that, I don't want to look into that because I know he
Uh,
was playing with trash.
well, there's no excuses for that, man. Because as an NBA player, I'd be ashamed of those numbers. I would want to get my shots up and get my points up if I was
What you
him. That's what
mean?
I would do.
He getting
And
paid. He getting paid. He
hold
chilling.
on, hold on, because I want to educate Joey on something else too. Joey, how m- how much do you think that person weigh? Thor,
No.
Thor, how?
Thor is light. Thor is light. Thor is definitely light. He probably
Yeah,
in the 200s.
203 pounds, Joey. 203 pounds. I weigh more than him, Joey. I weigh more than him.
He is definitely light though. I
I
give you that.
no, Joey. I I don't even think that it calculated in your brain yet. I weigh more than him. He's taller than me. He's 6'9". I weigh more than him. I'm shorter than him. I'm 5'8". I weigh more than him.
I hear you. But I'm saying he's not gonna be starting though. So why, we not
Oh,
not too much
okay.
pressure
So
on him.
hold on. Okay, so Who else do you want me to look up in the front court, Joey? You
I'm
want you?
telling you, watch out for Kai Jones. You know,
I'm not
sleep
watching
on.
that. He ain't gonna do nothing.
But purple, he's gonna get the minutes though this year.
How? Nick Richards is in front of him.
He's playing.
Exactly.
He's playing the four. They was just testing him out at the five in summer league. He's playing the four to ten.
Okay.
Okay, Williams.
So you
Hold on, Purple. Hold on.
okay?
Wait. eh, Okay. Joey. Um, with Mr. Williams, he averaged 9 points, 7 rebounds, and how many minutes do you think he played the game, Joey?
Well, I'm gonna give him probably like 25, 30.
He played 19.3 minutes, bro.
So
19
imagine
point.
that. Imagine if he's actually. Yo, I can't believe you brought up Mark Williams. You know you just hurt yourself by bringing him up, right? You just
He's
really
gonna be
foul.
your starter. What you talking about? He's
Yeah,
gonna be
and
your starter.
he's gonna average like give me 12 and 10 with a block, two probably 1.5 block a game, man. Come on,
Joey,
like that.
And we
wherever you
dangerous.
wherever you get your hair on from, trust me, they need to be
Bro,
my connect.
wait a second. So you not sold on Mark Williams right now, Gemini? That's what you telling me? What? Anybody else in the
No,
panel sold on him?
he needs a little more development. And the other thing about him is
He can't
how
stretch.
much. Go ahead and say it, Purple.
He
Say it where
can't
he can
stretch.
hear you.
He can't stretch the floor. Kai Jones can't stretch your floor. PJ cannot stretch your floor. Neither can Miles Bridges.
Oh, he don't have to stretch
Oh,
the floor. What? When was there bigs in the East and the West really stretching the floor besides like Jokic and B? Those are the top dogs. Who's really
you got a
stretching
lot
the
of
He
people that
floor
don't
can
even
besides
play.
have a
Porzingis?
mid-range, Joey, is what she's telling
No,
you.
yes
She
he
don't
From
have.
do. Yes he
14
do. Yes he
feet.
do.
From
Yes he
14.
do. Yes he
Okay.
do. Yes he do.
Okay.
You don't have.
Okay.
Hold on, yo. You telling me he doesn't have at least a mid range jumper?
Yes he does. Yes he does, Calfine. You don't
Or
listen to him.
either that
It's
he is he
not
not shooting?
consistent.
Is he not
It's not
shooting?
consistent.
Hey, Gemini, look at Souls attempt. How many mid range jump shots has he taken?
Hold on.
But with
I'll go
him,
back to him.
he's not even gonna have to really even do all of that because he's gonna be running pick and roll with Lamelo constantly. They're gonna base their whole offense off of
I
that.
didn't say Mark Williams needed to stretch the floor. I'm just saying you have to see the same problem that they had the past 3 years where it's so cluttered up mid range and in the basket. I don't see how they think anybody got to be catching alley hoops unless it's on a fast break. Because within the half court,
Exactly.
it's
I mean,
That,
my question is though, these guys are getting paid all this money, right? If you know that you need to expand your game, I mean, as an individual player, you should be working on that stuff, right? I mean, that's what I would be doing if I knew I couldn't stretch the floor as a big man, or
Exactly. We don't even
shit.
know what he's working
like
on right
just
now.
like PJ, like Miles. Let's focus on Miles right quick. Miles is literally good at everything else. He just cannot hit the three at an effective rate. That's
yes.
the only issue.
Miles Bridges gonna be he's a streaky shooter. He's gonna be rusty this year. He's gonna be a little rust since he's been out for the whole year. He's gonna be a little rust there.
No, no, but how he made his name was being one of the fast break kings of
Yeah,
Charlotte.
yeah,
That's how he made his name. So Purple is 100%. She hit the nail on the head, and Joey is high. Whoever he getting
Whoa,
his hair
whoa,
on
whoa,
from,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
he's
whoa.
high.
yeah. Hey,
Miles
Joe, we did.
Bridges, Miles Bridges, hold on. Miles Bridges
Hey,
built off the Airbnb and showed some of his bag. In that year, he almost made the All Star. I hope y'all. Did y'all remember that? Like, what's going on?
He got his real name from being on those fast breaks and being on numerous fast breaks.
yeah,
That is how he got his
Yeah,
notoriety,
just being an
Joey.
open
yeah,
court player,
yeah, Joey. I
basically.
I'm
mean,
not
we
disagreeing.
watched the game now. Some of us did watch the game. I was watching some of the Charlotte games too now. During those
Basically,
times.
he's just a hell of an open court player.
Yeah,
Yes,
Wait, what you said? I didn't hear that.
he
yeah,
is a hell of a offensive player. We're not doubting that. But how he got
Open
his
court. A hell of an
notoriety
open
was
court player.
on those fast
fast
breaks.
breaks. Oh.
That's
Yes,
how he got his
but
notoriety.
but I
Yeah,
think
because Miles is supposed to be the slasher and
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
the highlight reel guy.
Yes.
So on the open court, this what Miles was doing because Lamelo was throwing those crazy ass angle passes, and Miles was going up and get it. And they was like the version of the East Coast version of what Lonzo and Zion Williamson was in the West Coast. They was
Yes.
at in the East Coast.
exactly. Thank you, Dex, for helping me.
But Joey,
Look,
me and Dexter said the same doggone
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, we did. We basically said the same thing,
no,
though.
no, but what he
Oh
also
my
said
God,
is
Joey.
that he's a slasher, and you can be a slasher in the half
Joey,
court.
how
No, you
could you
can't.
not be a slasher with fast breaks? How could you not be a
I
slasher?
didn't say he didn't have fast breaks. That's his specialty. But he also showed his bag off when he was a fringe all star. Did we forget that?
But how
Like,
did are
Joey,
you looking at how he scored his points? See, a lot of y'all just look. Oh, he averaged 20. They'll get the. Are y'all looking at they centers at the time when he averaged in the power forwards for them were well below average league average as
yes.
far as production. Do y'all not understand that if it wasn't at the basket, it was in the mid range? You now have Mark Williams there to take up that space at the basket.
And Nick. And Nick. You got Nick
Yeah,
too.
wait, so
yeah.
Miles Bridges three isn't respectable. That's what y'all saying.
No, it's not. Have
What's
It's
you
his
seen him
percentage?
body.
play
All
It's
you
then?
gotta do is check his
body.
percentage. What's his percentage at three?
Thank you. I
Hold
want
The
to
on.
hear
last
it.
season that
31%.
he played.
Hold
31%.
on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
31%.
below average.
31.
Yeah, that's
That's
below.
below average. That's below average.
Yeah,
Well,
terrible.
it's below average. It's still you still got
But
respect
nobody
the
said
jumper
that
though.
Miles was
At
a
some
complete
point,
player, though.
yeah, because
No,
you know,
Listen,
no,
I'm
Dex,
not. I'm
Dex,
not
Dex.
saying that Miles is a complete player. All players have room to grow. You know
No,
Yeah.
what I'm
no,
saying? I
Dex.
don't know no
Joe,
player in the NBA is a finished product, so you're gonna have flaws.
no, Dex. Joey think we're not giving Miles his props. We are giving
Oh,
Miles
oh,
his
oh,
props.
okay,
Right.
We
okay.
are giving Miles his props, but just like I stated earlier, Mitch let them down by not adding more around them.
They
Of
couldn't really
course.
And
add that
That's what
much though.
that's what I was saying
Jeremiah ended up.
earlier in my monologue. Mitch talking
okay,
all
but
this
Joey,
crap, but he's
but
talking
Joey
circular
making it
logic.
sound like he has added.
He
No,
ain't
no,
added
Joey
I
was
nothing.
making
didn't. No, I
So
The
didn't.
you
Whoa,
draft.
whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa! I gotta talk now. I gotta talk now. You just put
okay.
words in
what
my
is
mouth.
Mitch?
I gotta talk now.
What is
Hell no.
Mitch Kupchak talking about that I miss? Next,
Mitch,
You didn't miss nothing. You didn't
Mitch,
miss nothing.
Mitch backed Bridges for part of the interview. He really did. But then
right?
he also, within that same interview, he also talked on the other side of his mouth.
Ah,
So
yeah, that's
you
one.
within the same interview. So then when he brought up leadership, he actually brought up Terry Rozier and Hayward over and
He
another
didn't say.
player. He said one other player, and then
He didn't
he
say. I
said
thought he said
Lamelo
Lamelo. He didn't say
Ball.
Lamelo. He didn't say Lamelo.
He said Lamelo fourth. So
Oh,
he said Haywood. I mean, he said Rosier, Haywood. He said somebody else, and then he said Lamelo Ball.
Which
yeah, he
was a
still don't want to give
travesty.
Lamelo Ball his props, but yeah, right, yeah, Lamelo Ball should have been the first name he said.
Yeah,
What?
it was a
No,
travesty and waste of TV time.
no. You
Right.
know why
So
he said
Right.
that already? He got to market Terry and Hayward at the same time, bro.
No, he don't. You ain't got to
For
market this. You
Oh,
really don't.
Joey,
that's
talking
what
about
I'm
Joey,
this
You
year? You
saying.
talking
really
about if he
don't.
gets
Mitch been in
traded?
the league a long time.
Nah.
There's plenty of footage on
Joey,
this guy. He ain't got to
Joey.
market this.
You don't have
Nah,
to
y'all
market a
crazy.
$30 million player. You do not have to market a $30 million player, Joey.
Shit. The way they've been playing, the way they've
You,
been playing, you
you,
definitely gotta
Joey,
market them.
Joey. You are not married to Haywood. Cut it out.
Nah, definitely not. But let me say what I was actually saying. I know they didn't make no moves already. They brought back um, Nas Bridges, and I think they're gonna move up a couple of those summer league players to the main roster, the young fast kind. and they couldn't really make no
Hey,
moves because
hey,
they
No,
yes,
only
no,
Gordon
hold
Hayward
on,
to
no,
Larry
no, no,
Bird.
K,
um,
no, K. Let
Just
him breathe for a sec, K.
Joe,
K
Joe
and Dex,
was
let
born
him breathe for a sec. Let him breathe for a sec, cause this gonna be the one time I got a pair of scissors for Joey. Come on, Joey. Come
so
on with it,
I'm
Joey.
gonna finish it right here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they underneath the cap, man. They can't really make a lot of big moves like that. You know, they got the mid levels probably and stuff like that that they could do. But who's on the market? There's not a lot of players on the market.
Okay,
Next
Joey.
year, there's gonna be a
All
lot of
right,
players
all
on the
right,
market.
all
That's
right,
great.
Joey.
especially
All
needed
right.
for their area, right? There's really not much on the market for their
There's
area.
none on there besides one player I've seen. Jermaine
Okay,
Green, Jermichael Green, some shit like. He's decent at the four. I put him at the four, but come on,
But
really?
if you go
okay.
get your Michael Green and put him at the four, you pushing Brandon Miller all the way back in the line.
No, no, because Brandon Miller's gonna end up playing the two once they get off of Terry. But
Oh, okay,
you
okay.
know, for now they gotta work with what they got, man. Come on.
Okay, okay, but Joey, here, here's the one problem that you're not adding
Y'all
to
hit
the
that like button. Come
equation
on now, hit that like
that
button.
that you're
Hit that
really not
damn
paying
mic button,
attention to.
everybody.
What is the main problem going on with the Charlotte Hornets at this point? I'm just gonna give you the answer because I don't want you to use up your time. They have a guard problem. Past your starters, you have a guard problem. Because remember, they just added three more additions to the guards. Think about that, Joey. And what
And
was the main problem that they
but
had in summer
what's
league?
their guard problem though? I thought it was the front court.
It's
What
a
you
clutter.
mean
They
was
got
that
a clutter.
guard problem?
They got a log
See,
jam
this
at the
let me
top.
know you don't watch the games,
What
Joey.
are you talking about? They only bringing
What
back
am I talking about?
they only have as the backup guards right now. They
Okay,
got
name
Theo
their guards, Joe.
Maledon.
Hold on. All you gotta
They
do, hold on. Let's do some critical thinking. Name their guards.
that's gonna be playing
No, just name the guards on the team as they currently
Lamelo,
constructed.
Lamelo Rosier, Theo Maledon, James Booknight, Amari Bailey, Nick Smith Jr. Am I missing someone?
Yes, yes.
You missing a
Bryce
couple of
McGowan.
guards, bro.
Who?
You missing Bryce McGowan.
Bryce McGowan, but no, they have him at the wing though. They have him at like the two and the three.
Okay, he's still a guard. The two is a guard.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
shoot. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You
Go
So
ahead.
how
still
many
got
did you name? Like six?
Yes, but Nick Smith is not coming up to play. I'm sorry. I don't think he's gonna make it to the NBA roster. They didn't showcase him in no other jersey besides the regular main jersey. They only give him one jersey to take a picture. That's telling. Amari Bailey's not making it. Bryce McGowan is making it. He's gonna run the two and the three. I don't know how they're gonna do that shit. And then they got James Booknight.
See, that's what he said. Now you see there's a problem. You already
okay.
stopped and there's a problem already. After a few little spits of content,
You forgot
you know
about
that there's a problem.
he forgot about Cody Martin.
Yep,
Oh
Cody Martin,
man,
that's right. Forgot
yo
about Cody
yo,
Martin.
this team is. Oh my
The
god.
point
See,
you
so
need
now
the
you
point
understand
guard with
what
the
Jim and I
shooter.
talking about, right?
Joey,
No, but
Joey.
I believe in Cliffy though. See, I'm gonna
No,
say that
no,
after
but
go. I believe.
no, Joey. Remember, I told you, and Dex knows this, and Purple knows this. I only started following them because we covered them so much, right? So that's why I know they roster, and I see what the total dilemma is. But you said I was wrong, Joey.
What?
I didn't know what I was
I'm
talking
saying, how
about,
does that
Joey.
affect them? How does that affect them not making the play in though? Like, I don't think that really affects them. They have the
Yes,
amount
it
of
does.
Because
guards.
I'm
Because
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Okay, go ahead, Purple. Go ahead. You go ahead.
no, here's how it affects them. For the let's take it back. Since Lamelo has been there, they have a poor defensive team, poor 3 point team. That's two things since tried to
Purple, you going in and out.
they tried to fix. They still have not. They addressed it by drafting
Whoever
Scott
got an echo,
Miller.
mute. Hold on, Purple.
Okay.
Somebody has a echo. Please mute and let all of us mute and let Purple talk so she won't have an echo. I'm even gonna mute myself.
Okay. Okay. like I was saying, just in case anybody in the chat didn't hear me, they've had a 3 point. They've shot terrible from the 3 point range since Lamelo's been there. They've been a terrible defensive team and a terrible rebounding team. I know last year they were terrible at everything just because everybody was injured. But the year prior, they still had before drafting Mark Williams. And this is with Kelly Oubre on the roster. They still, as a team, did not shoot good enough from three. They still were not getting to the free throw line enough, and that's when Miles Bridges was playing. They still weren't getting to the free throw line enough. They addressed some of the issues with this year's draft picks, but it's like, where are they going to play when you got to go guy like Cody Martin making $7 million, and then you got Terry Rosier making 20 something, and then you got Gordon Hayward making 30. Your only really open position is in the front court where Miles and PJ are making minimum money along with Ty Jones. Like, as far as the guards and wings, it's clustered because you need to pitch your defense and which is crazy that they so bad. They still bad at getting to the free throw line. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yo, what noise is that?
Okay,
But
so
nah,
K,
Purple Baby.
what you got to say about that, K?
I mean, I think they're gonna be good enough to make the play in, but can they get out of that? You know, because like I said, it's a lot of teams out here. It's gonna be tough. It ain't gonna be no give me's out here this season. So Charlotte just need to focus on, you know what I'm saying, just being healthy and hopefully it'll be no injuries like it was last year, you know. That should be okay. They have a fighting chance if they get into that play-in.
Okay, Joey, what you got to add to that? Cause now you done heard both of their outtakes on it. I haven't said a word. Dex haven't said a word. Now we're getting the answer to the question, Joey.
Yes.
So
And
open book text is done, and I have them at 11, and you saying I'm totally wrong?
all I'm saying is I think they can make the play and move from there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you got them at least at 10. You got them at least at 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got them at 11. You got them at 10. That's only one spot, Joey.
That one
Nah, there
spot.
definitely is one spot. It definitely is one spot. But 11 though is just out of it though.
I think one of the easiest fixes they can make, just because it's an effort thing, is that
They need to
they
get the White Howard. That's what I need to do, Charlie. If y'all listening, y'all need to get the White Howard. Shit.
uh
A boogie cousin. A
Hell,
boogie cousin.
Right, Boogie Cousins, one of them guys. They will improve your roster for sure.
hell no. Boogie Cousins maybe. Not no Dwight
I think
Howard.
I
Boogie
think
Cousins is just an inside outside threat. He could go to the hole and he shoot the three. He would be a damn good fit for the Charlie if they was to
Man,
look him up.
why do all y'all want the center to shoot threes?
I mean, he can
Please
shoot
answer
it.
that for
Yeah,
me.
he can shoot. I'm just saying he
I
can
don't.
shoot it.
I don't.
Every city can shoot it, but Boogie Cousins can. You know.
I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead, Purple. I'm sorry to cut you
Go
off.
yeah, go ahead,
There.
Purple. Yeah.
yeah. No, all I was gonna say is the easiest for them to fix, because it's an effort thing. I'm very concerned because you got to understand, Gordon, to me, he likes to play in the mid range. Terry plays all over, but I think when it comes down to it, he kind of likes to play in mid range. That's his preference. I'm not saying they haven't really shot poorly from three. It ain't been enough to. You need more than three guys on your roster to shoot effectively, because it's more of a.
Brandon Miller. Did you forget that young man that's joining the team? I know
But
you
okay,
did.
so we're in the starting lineup, right? We know currently Brandon Miller gonna be starting. That PJ's gonna start and Hayward's gonna start, right? Do you understand that Lamelo is the best 3 point shooter in that lineup?
And that's good because your point guard should be a decent shooter too, in my
And
opinion.
I'm not saying it's bad, but that's concerning to me. that even with Lamelo's attempts, he's attempting more threes within that starting lineup than anybody else.
But
That's
that's
more
how he plays,
important.
though. Purple. That's how he plays.
But that's an issue because when a team defends them, let's say like Boston, Boston is going to play LaMelo one or two ways. They either going to pay him for the pass, for him to set up his teammates to pass. They're going to play him for the three. They're not going to play him to go to the basket because that's just not something he does. And when he does do it, passes. They're not going to
But
play
Purple,
what. What?
Boston got some holes though, where they lost their best defensive player, Marcus Smart. So I don't think they're gonna be the same defensive team that
They
they
felt
were.
that
But
within
I
the
could be
draft,
wrong.
K.
Thank you.
K, they felt that within the draft. They felt that
I could
within
be
the
wrong.
draft, K.
We gotta find out. We gotta find out when the season starts. I want to see
Let
what
me
their defense is like.
let me address something about Boston. If you watch Boston, since LaMelo has been there and they played them, Boston has rarely used Marcus Smart to guard LaMelo. They've always used him to guard Terry. So that would
Yep.
have been Jaylen Brown or Tatum that has guarded him.
Okay, that's true. Okay.
So like
And he also has some of his best games against them too.
no, you better look
Oh.
at
I
Game
could
you
tell you how
looking
much
at,
he averaged
Joey?
against him. I could tell you how much he averaged against him.
how much did he average.
I'm about to go check right now. Give me 5 seconds.
And look at those percentages.
Joey, hi. Okay, so at this point, it's still Mitch did not give he did not add addition to the front court, and that's my overall problem.
Hey, man, isn't this Mitch last year as a GM anyway? And he about to be tired. You better boot him up out of that, man. And supposed to be doing that.
It depends on the new owners. It
Yeah.
depends on the new owner.
Get his ass out of there, man. Mitch was a good GM for the Lakers. I give him that. You know what I'm saying? But over here, no, not so much.
Yeah, but you cannot compare the two because we have the Lakers are more set up for a dynasty type situation, just like Boston is set up
Yeah.
more as a dynasty more than anything. So the two don't compute. The next one up will kind of be Miami. It because of the way their culture is, they're setting themselves up to be more like a dynasty also.
Yeah. We can't say Golden State, Golden State, Golden State. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know.
yeah, Golden State. Yeah, I'm sorry. Golden State, then Miami. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
And maybe Denver. I don't know. Denver gonna be a dynasty, but we gonna find out.
Nah, they won't be a dynasty.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yo, I found it. He averaged 24, 8, and 7, but he averaged like 40 from the field. Though. But that's gonna work itself out because you got, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams,
Joey,
Jimmy. So
I love how you have faith, though, and I'm not going against you having faith.
24.
Well, Joey's
what
not alone. I think
no.
I think Flight said they might make the playoffs too. So he's not alone in that thinking.
I got him at 11. Joey got him at 10.
LB 101 gonna
one
take them all the
position
way.
off.
That's what everybody say. LB 101 gonna take them all the way to the promised land. We gonna find out.
MB1,
I think he could do it.
MB1.
MB1 is MB1. All that point
He
zero
got into the
stuff.
playing. He got into the
But
playing
that-
That's not
back-to-back
really.
years.
Dex, I understand what you're saying. I understand what Joey is saying. I understand what Flight is saying. I'm actually looking at the players and looking at their game and who is their competition. So
Listen, you ain't getting no argument from me. I'm not trying to debunk anything or contend against the Charlotte Hornets making the playoff. I think the Charlotte Hornets is a bottom tier team, and they just gonna be scratching to just get in the 10th seed, as they always do. It's the same team. There's nothing different from this team. Actually, they lost. They lost something. They lost Montrezl Harrell, and I think that was a big problem.
And
Yeah,
Gemini, you also gotta be looking at this. Detroit Pistons record last year was 17-65, right?
I
So
just told him about them, but
yeah.
they
So
just
so
No,
they
added
no,
a ton of
the
talent.
Detroit is not making the playoffs, bro. Y'all
so
joking, bro. Y'all
no,
crazy.
if they make it this year, I'd be surprised. I don't have no faith in making no Gemini. I don't have no faith in Detroit making the playoffs this year, but I could be wrong. We gonna see what
I
K
got
K
Detroit
Caden
at
K
9.
we got Caden,
I
we
got
got Caden, we
Detroit
gotta see
at
what
9.
Caden we gotta see what Caden's gonna do. Cade
Okay, he
Cunningham's
got
gonna do.
Detroit at 9. That means Detroit is making a play-in,
Playing, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's fair enough. And we
and
got
he
these
ha-
other teams. What
and
about
then DJ Gemini has the Charlotte Hornets at 11. That means
Yes.
they're going to miss the play-in tournament.
Right.
yeah,
I got
and we
them
got
barely missing it.
eh,
I have them
Yeah,
barely missing
it
it,
doesn't matter.
mainly
what about the
because of the
Magic?
It doesn't
front court.
matter.
What
It
about the
don't
Magic? The
matter.
Magic.
That's why I
What
said
about
that's
the
biased.
what about the Magic? The Magic record last year was 34 wins and 48 losses. So what you watch out who got the Magic to do anything? No, nobody. I don't see it. That's just my take
The
on that.
Hell
Magic
no.
is the Magic is the development team of the whole NBA. They just added a whole bunch of fresh talent to their roster. So I do if they make it, it'll just be on high motor. And it's gonna burn out real quick.
Yeah,
Atlanta though, really? Atlanta though,
Atlanta.
I ain't gonna let you
Yeah.
slide with that.
Two.
I ain't gonna let you slide.
Yeah.
Atlanta
Yes,
playoffs.
Atlanta. Yes,
After
Joey,
what they
Atlanta.
did last year,
Joey, Joey.
Oh my
Atlanta beat
God, bro.
Miami to become a playoff team, and they beat them
Joey
in
don't
Grand
watch
Rapids.
games. Joey don't watch
uh,
games.
bro, we see what they did, bro. They was in the bottom, bro. They gonna be fighting too, scratching and clawing and all that.
Or you gotta watch out for the Wizards. Watch out for Indiana. I don't know Indiana, but there is some good.
Indiana,
It's some tricky
Indiana.
thing. It's gonna be some interesting matchups this year. Toronto, we can't count them out.
I got Indiana at 10 though, K.
Yeah,
I got
10, yeah,
Indiana at 10.
yeah, 10. Yeah, that's
So
about
you
right.
got Indiana at 10.
Yes.
Indiana at 10. But
Yeah,
Trying to
Indiana
tell you,
always
Jack.
fall apart though for some reason.
yeah.
They
No,
just
they
hard
they
to
just
trust. They're like Chicago. They're
they
kind of hard
just
to trust.
yeah, but they just added a ton of talent, bro. They really did. I can't sleep on that.
Okay,
I
what
can't
ton of
sleep on
talent
that.
did they add?
From OB to the
Obi
shoot.
Toppins,
Hold on.
Obi
Hold
Toppins, and
on.
somebody else.
They
Bruce,
they
Bruce
He said a
Bowen.
ton of talent. He said a ton of talent.
compared to what they had, yeah, that's a ton of
Oh,
talent.
okay.
Compared
Compared
to
to what
what
they
they had,
now, that's the caveat.
compared to what they had, yeah. Like I can't
They
sleep
trying to be
on them.
like the Indiana's trying to be like the Hornets, man. Pay
The
attention. They said they
Bulls, I
would.
don't know about the Bulls. The Bulls, I got the Bulls for the 10th spot. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Walk,
Shit, but
Walker is gonna be the backup to the power
yeah.
forward position. So I mean, with what they draft and what they added, I really have them like doing something. Oh, they added Brown too. They
Yeah,
added
yeah, he had a
Brown,
ground,
OB.
but listen, hold on, stop. Let's slow down a little bit. Don't make it like
Hold on.
Brown is all world. Brown ain't no all world dude now.
He definitely isn't.
Brown looked it good with Denver because how Denver was constructed and how they ran their offense and their defense
Right.
because of Jokic. You understand what I'm saying? So now we're gonna have to see what Brown is without the advent of a player like Jokic stirring the soup.
I
Really?
I think they got it.
All the Joker villains was trash without him. Remember that. Remember that.
Joey, I don't know where you get your blue magic from, but
He's
but
a,
I
he
need
got, he's a
but I
blue
need you to
magic
hook
boy.
me up with your
I,
connect so
Yeah,
so I
I'm
can
gonna
start
I'm
that's
gonna
a
put
serving
hell
that
of a
blue
something
pack
joy.
on
for
You
you.
you.
know, the Blue Magic had a song called Three Ring Circus.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, boy.
I'm off that blue pack right
I
now,
don't
man.
know what Joey on, boy, but
No,
who?
Joey has faith in his team, and I like that. I like his punctuation with his pundits because a lot of people
Yeah,
will run getting the bombardment that Joey has been receiving. A
Oh
lot of
no,
things
I
been
mean,
hurled at Joey based
Bro,
on the Miller thing and being in conch or in bed with the Charlotte Hornets. That's take a lot of boldness to be able to claim you're a Charlotte Hornets fan and then get up in front of legacy fans and claim
but Dex,
Charlotte Hornets will
but
be
Dex,
contenders.
I don't have a problem with him having
Oh,
faith. Just like I said, I tell Saints fans here all the time, you can have all the faith you want, but you gotta come back to reality.
man, the Saints are
Well, you know
trash,
what the
bro.
good book says:
Saints are
faith
trash.
without works is dead.
They trash.
I mean,
So you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
faith,
yeah.
but y'all
That's
got to
true.
put in the work, right?
right? I mean, my,
That's
my
right.
my my whole thing about it is that front court is shaky. That's where I'm concerned. Now, and with the conundrum of the guard situation as far as the backups, I foresee a problem.
Bro, they bringing back Miles Bridges. Kai Jones is playing in the
Joey
front
walks
court.
by faith, not sight.
Even
Right?
Even
I
James
see
Book not
that.
gonna be on the roster.
I
Even James
I
Book
I,
not gonna
I
be coming off the bench this year. He ain't
Exactly.
gonna,
James
oh
Book not
man.
gonna give you something.
Book
But
Book
Joey,
night.
in reality, Joey, in
Well,
reality, as you're the representative of the Charlotte Hornets fan, because you're probably the only one on the panel right now. In reality, why in the hell we keep seeing these same cast of characters? Why Charlotte Hornets haven't shucking up the popcorn?
well, it's hard for them to even do that due to the money problems. You know, not saying
They
I
ain't
give
got
them
no
a
money
pass for not
problem.
doing it. They could try. They could definitely try. But I just seen the way Cliffy got playoff experience. You know, he been there, and the way he had ran Lamelo. I know you seen it the last 10 games, and then still when he was playing and not hurt, man, it was nothing but Lamelo had the ball in his rock, and he was making the decisions. And I think that's where he plays the best because he can either take the shot off the dribble like he was doing. You can't predict that shit. I'm sorry. If he hits it, he hits it.
Joey,
He might miss
Joey,
it. He might
I
miss
love you
it.
like a play cousin, bro.
But we all miss. They
Don't
all
never
miss.
think
Not
I don't.
everybody. So everybody don't miss. So I'm just saying the Hornets got a good fighting chance because the East is weak, bro. You
Joey,
got
let me give you a tip.
The
Let me give
East
you a
is
tip.
weak.
how the Heats make it
I
out,
don't
Hold
know
on.
if the East is
and he
weak.
was from the bottom,
Joey,
bro.
let me give you a tip real quick. Let me give you a money tip. Let me give you a money tip. Okay.
The
Now,
East is weak.
are you able to place any wager on games? Are you old enough to do that?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Joey, take
Yeah.
this player performance. LaMelo Ball hits a 3-pointer in the first game of the season,
I'm
not
definitely, you know,
preseason.
I wanted this year. I missed out on Lamelo the other years he was in the league because I wasn't betting.
So
But now, feel me? Yeah, of course. Well, I'm giving him 2 threes first
and
game.
and bet Miles Bridges get the first dunk of the season for the Charlotte Hornets. Bet those two player performances.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna definitely write that down. Definitely. Yeah, bro. It's gonna be, bro. Y'all can sleep, bro. It's cool. Y'all just gonna be having to pay respect when y'all done. You know. So it's cool.
Joey,
Just like
But
I did
I
with
Joey,
Miller.
you haven't addressed how they gonna fix the free throw issue, the 3-point
That's
issue.
just work,
How are they
baby.
that?
That's effort and practice. You know, if you're an
Think of
athlete,
it.
you gotta work on your game. So if you're not
You
working
got-
on your game, then that means they're just not working on the game. You
As
gotta.
an
What
individual player, that's what I say. I've been saying this for the longest. As an individual player, if you know you got shit you got to work on as an individual player, you need to work on those in the off season.
okay,
You know what
but
I'm
you
saying?
guys got to understand the anatomy of the Charlotte Hornets. They
Good.
are a finesse team. They're not no bruisers. They're a finesse
Well,
team. So if you want to be a finesse
exactly.
team, you're not going to get to the free throw line that often.
they're gonna
Now
have to
that
learn.
Miles Bridges is back, they
Yeah.
might add a little more brute to their attack.
Right.
But normally they're just a finesse team. I mean, the bruiser outside of Miles Bridges was who? Nick Richards.
Williams.
No, not Williams. Williams just started playing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
Nick Richards. Because Clowney wasn't even a bruiser.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true. That's facts. That's facts.
So yeah, you have to understand the anatomy of the Charlotte Hornets and that is their finesse team. And this is why Cliffy trying to get them to run up and down the court. The conundrum comes in, and we're perplexed. Most Charlotte fans is that Gordon Hayward and sometimes Terry Rosier slow the freaking ball down on purpose so they can get their niche and be
Yeah,
a part of the offense.
I don't
I
listen.
make that. I make their ass one. Make their ass one. Shit. Fuck all
Gordon
that.
is at the point in his career where he needs to be like LeBron. Play the four, rebound, do the outlet pass, and just at the end of the court. Or be the trail person for the three. He can't do that. Now Terry just being lazy. But Gordon Hayward can't do that no more. He has to be the trail guy. He can't run with them.
I agree, but
Ooh.
it's hard to extract Gordon Hayward out of the offense at $30 million when you're a bottom feeder team. It's just very difficult to draw X's and O's and Gordon Hayward not being implemented.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
that,
tell you where it's easy. Just go ahead and waive him. Shit. I'm gonna tell you where it's easy.
That's a no. You think that team is going to weigh $30 million like they the shit?
Nah, I'm being facetious, man. Cut it out. I'm being facetious.
Yeah,
And
they
you
gonna
know
play
I'm being
every grip
facetious.
out of Gordon Hayward. You best believe it.
and once again, I would like to say we don't know what the West when they go out west what their schedule is gonna look like. I hope they don't make them play Utah again because I'm about tired.
They're going to have to play Utah. What do you mean?
They have played Utah quite a bit since Lamelo's been there,
No, they're going to play Utah every year.
huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're going to play Utah every year
Yes,
Why?
sir.
as long as they're in existence
Why they playing Utah every year?
because that's how the schedule is. Every NBA team play every NBA team. Now the difference is if they're in their division, they play 4 times. If they're in their conference, they play 3 times. If they're out of conference, they play home and away.
Yeah,
Every team.
but I just feel like I didn't see them play Utah like a lot more than the other Western Conference teams.
No, they only play 1-on-1, home and away. That's it.
Because I know the year before last, I think they played Golden State 3 times.
No.
Like that.
You
Let
must
me
be
go.
talking about preseason and regular season combined. They ain't playing no Golden State no 3 times.
Yeah,
It's only home and away outside of the conference. Within the division, they play 4. Within the conference, they play 3.
let me count.
And that's how you get 82 games.
Bum, 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 bum,
Like
bum,
last
bum,
season,
bum.
Not the Sanford and Son.
last
You
season,
big
Mhm.
dummy. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth. It's a big one, Elizabeth.
Well, man, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, Gordon Hayward still one, man. Let's not forget, Gordon Hayward was like 33 years old, man. Yeah, he should be okay, man. All right. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up,
Not
Gordon,
being
and run down the court.
Tennessee.
Shit, I mean, fuck. When some of us was 33 years old, we was running up and down the court, still with them young guys. Shit.
Man, that
They
man
run
wife
up and down
says
the football. That's what they running up and
have
down.
him out
And when it's
there.
time
Yeah,
for basketball, they tired.
they're tired. They're
That
gonna
man,
get tired.
that man wife say he gonna be out there even if she gotta roll him out there in a wheelchair. So y'all tripping.
Hey, hold on. Y'all gotta understand this too. That let me see, y'all, Charlotte. See, Gordon Hayward's the Larry Bird of Charlotte, man. You gotta give them folks out there something to cheer for. They're like a Larry. He's like the Larry Bird of Charlotte, man.
Oh, no,
Yes.
Yeah,
no doubt.
yeah.
But
Gordon
listen,
Hayward.
shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voices, the people's champ, the hottest shit in the streets. Listen, we got a compendium of content creators, and they up here giving it all they got. So please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience.
Hey, did y'all see the AB the hero update yesterday? I saw it, man. It was on Jello
What?
Ball.
Oh yeah,
On
yeah.
Jello
I was
Ball.
already up on it.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. So
But I'm gonna tell you
I hope
something
so.
about
Yeah,
Leandro. Since you want to
we'll
bring
see.
Leandro up, he was at the summer league and he was showcasing himself.
Oh yeah, he was Monday. Yeah, he was Monday. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Well, we gonna leave it right there. Hey,
You don't gotta leave it right there. Keep talking.
it's a lot of surprises. What he's saying is gonna be a lot of surprises next year that we ain't gonna see coming. Just stay tuned.
But
Uh,
don't forget, we got this in tournament stuff like that. So think about that too.
I hope Charlotte fans not looking forward to the in-season tournament because they're gonna get wiped. They might win one game, and that might be against Washington, and that's gonna be a struggle.
Like,
Yeah, Washington,
like
they
that?
got fight, man.
Damn, decks like that?
We're gonna see
LaMelo
Kyle
ain't gonna go out like
versus
that.
LaMelo Ball. Your favorite player? Favorite player.
You just gonna take a dumping Joey Weedus like that, Dex? Damn,
LaMelo
bro.
ain't gonna go out like that. Hey, LaMelo ain't gonna let him go out like that. Oh man.
like somebody tried to post to me. They like, imagine having on your resume that you won the in-season tournament and then the NBA Finals. I said, I don't find you winning the in-season. This isn't soccer, so that's not impressive to me.
Well, the NBA trying to make every game count.
Global. It's trying to be global. Yeah.
And we know that watching 82 games of the NBA, you might not be too enthused unless you probably have some skin on the game, or you just an emphatic fanatic for your team.
Right.
Outside of that, you're just gonna watch some of the highlighted game with some of the better players. So they're trying to make you feel like the college atmosphere. So every game counts throughout the season, that you won't get lulled to sleep through this long, elongated season.
Yeah,
of
but
82 games.
I'll say this too with the 82 thing. I started thinking about the in season. Like, what if like the Lakers win the in season tournament, but they don't go to the finals? What would you feel as a Lakers fan? Like, would you be excited to be like?
If we don't get a center, I'm already mad. I want a center on the team.
Lakers we already as all or nothing.
Well, we already told you what the Lakers need to do.
You get for a consolation prize.
Yeah,
no, I need a center. I need a center. I'm not worried about nothing else.
Call up Dwight Howard and get him the center. That's your center. I told you. You need to call him up.
I want Q from the development team from the Kings.
Man, you want somebody that's gonna bang and stop Jokic?
He gonna bang. No, he's gonna bang. Q
he ain't
gonna
showing
bang.
Dwight Howard though. Dwight Howard is a motherfucking.
You haven't seen the tape
machine.
on Q then. You haven't seen the tape on Q then.
Man, Dwight Howard was down there 300 pounds by muscle. Oh man, ain't no stopping that, bro.
Man, I hear you. I hear you.
Bang.
And what you saying sound real cute right now. But nah.
Well, we not gonna get him.
So you want Lakers to go get JaVale McGee?
That should.
No, I want
Q. Go.
I want Q from the Kings Development G League, who was the runner up to the MVP for G League. 7'2", great footwork, great rebounder, great defensive motor.
Do we got some muscle
yeah,
for him, bro?
He could bang. 250, he could bang.
Oh no, man.
I'm trying to figure out why the Lakers didn't want JaVale McGee. I don't understand. If you want too much money,
I think there was an accident.
It's an asthma problem. It's an asthma problem. He can honestly only give you 10 to 12 minutes at the most.
Yeah, you're right. You do have that issue.
I mean,
he won a championship with the guy.
He was 41 years old when they won the championship. Yeah,
41.
But that's why we had to beat people by center by committee.
I think JaVale McGee was 40. I think JaVale McGee still at least 43 years old now. He's still
Are you okay?
Go
Nah,
look
he
up.
being
Look up.
facetious,
No,
dog.
look at. You go
No,
look up
he ain't
JaVale
Cavani
McGee.
being serious. He trying to get you to go look it up. He ain't no damn 43 years old. Cavani.
He's still okay. Yeah, I
He
know, but
ain't that old.
he started with the Bulls back in the early 2000s. Okay, look
JaVale
at
McGee.
No, he came
He
in
started with
young,
Denver.
okay? He
he came
came
in
in
young.
young.
He came in
I
young
thought he
though.
Came
He
in
started with
came
young.
in
Denver.
really young. I think he started with I thought it was the Bulls, but was it Denver? Maybe I won't. I go back and look at
It was
that.
the
I thought it
Denver
was.
Nuggets.
Yeah, Denver
I
Nuggets,
thought
dog.
about. He on the Denver Nuggets. I said he started with the Bulls though. I think back then. Back then.
He was with the
Well,
Bulls
you
at one
thinking
time,
Tyson
yes.
Chandler. He thinking Tyson Chandler.
Right,
You know
but
what? You
but
what? You
McGee
yeah.
but McGee
Let me
did
see.
get he was
Think-
traded to the Bulls, but they didn't suit him up, and they traded him like it
I
was a
don't
part
think
of a
JaVale McGee
3-team trade.
played 1 minute in a Bulls
No, he
no,
uniform.
didn't.
no,
No, he
not
didn't.
JaVale McGee. I'm thinking about Tyson Chandler.
You
That's what I
think
was
about
thinking
Tyson
about.
Chandler? I know exactly who you're thinking about. Yeah. Yeah, Tyson Chandler was the Bull.
Yeah, he's still in the league too. Yeah, that's true. He's still playing.
I don't think Tyson Chandler in the league anymore.
He was on the Yeah, let me see. Let me see. I saw. I just saw him on the team.
I think he was
I
with the
think.
Phoenix Suns, and after that was a wrap for him. He was the Phoenix Suns and became a Laker, and then I think he went back to Phoenix.
Sounds about right. I mean, I ain't tripping either way.
Yeah, for real, because he never accomplished nothing. I mean, he got his championship with Dallas, but it wasn't like he was the main ingredient. But he
Right.
did good though. He did good. I ain't gonna knock the homie. That's the homie.
Yeah. But I'm
Where did
still gonna
Tyson
tell the
Chandler go
truth
to the
about him.
Nuggets? Did
I'm
Tyson
still
Chandler
gonna
go
tell
to
the
the
truth
Nuggets?
about him though. I don't care what you say. I'm still gonna tell the truth about this game.
Who's that?
Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, he was offensive. He was all defense, man. He ain't give you so many points. I know that because he used to play for the Bulls. I used to watch him. So Tyson Chandler, he give you defense like a motherfucker and get some balls, but yeah, he gives you some defense though.
That's right. He was a Bull, I think. He was with
Yeah,
Yep.
Heinrich.
yeah, he was
Yes,
high.
sir.
I mean,
Yeah,
he got drafted.
Yes,
What I'm talking
sir.
about? He got drafted by the Bulls. I'm thinking JaVale McGee. No, we said JaVale McGee was never a Bull. Tyson Chandler got drafted by the Bulls.
Right.
Him and Curry, remember?
Yep.
yeah. So it's so shame about Eddie Kirby. He could have been such a good player until the off the court issues and things of that
No,
nature.
heart condition. Nope, heart condition.
Heart condition was stop him, man. Yeah, that was sad, man, because he was about to turn into a really good player, bro. I like, damn it.
He should have took that payout though that the NBA offered him.
Yep,
He
sure
should have
did.
took that payout.
He should have, man. And you know what? Another thing that pissed me off about the Bulls, you got Jay Williams. He was a deep Rose before Rose, but Rose came in a little better though. But that fool wanted to get on the motorcycle. That's why in the NBA they got a clause now to say NBA players can get on the motorcycle now.
You can't call him a fool because in hindsight, that was legal at the time. You know, a
Right.
lot of
I
people
mean,
probably had motorcycles.
like damn it, bro. Like he was
wasn't the
doing
only
good.
one.
Then, all right,
He was the
damn,
only
bro.
one
What
that
you?
did it.
Hope you want to got a motorcycle on?
I
Oh,
know
I mean, come
my homie Stacey Augman always had a Harley. He always had one of them big screaming eagles. You know what I'm saying? And,
Me as a player, I just wouldn't do it while I'm in the NBA. I'm sorry.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Though, as an NBA player, you starter of the team. You starting point guard.
who was that? Was that Mark
Jay
Eden?
Williams. No,
Was that Mark
Jay
Eden or
Williams.
Sean Bradley
No,
had the
no.
bicycle accident? No,
Oh,
bicycle.
are you talking about Mike Eden? Ah, shit, yeah,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, he was on a bicycle for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But
What's the
damn,
other boy?
but damn.
What's the other boy that died in the Charlotte Hornet uniform? You remember him in the car accident?
Fields. Was it him? Bobby Fields. Let me see. What's it? Trying to think of that dude's name. Point guard, right? Light skinned dude.
No, I think he was a part of the accident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember he's talking about the light skinned dude with the short hair. But the dude that died was I think he was like a forward. I think it was a power forward.
Malik. Oh,
I
you know
know
Malik
who he
Secret?
talking about.
No, him. No,
I can't
he was
call
in
the
New York.
name.
He was New York.
I know who he talking about.
Mr. Malik. His name is Malik something.
Malik
Yeah,
Seagley, Seagley,
No,
somebody,
no,
yeah. Oh,
no.
it's another
See,
Malik.
you talking about
He,
Cycling, Ron Cycling. No, that's not Ron Cycling.
no,
But
no,
it was
no.
Malik something, but I can't think of his last name. Died in a car accident. I mean, who would have thought that? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
there was
Bobby Fields.
bananas.
It's other good players that died in an accident. Petrovic died in an accident. He was a good ass player for that international player back in the
I think he
90s.
died on an Autobahn in Germany, right?
Yeah, he
In
did.
a Spanish
I,
cruise ship.
I said, damn, that's
Malik
fucked up,
Sealy, yeah,
man.
Malik
I
Sealy.
said, man, I remember that dude. So I said, that's so fucked up. He was about to be a really good. Yeah, I think he was a really good player. You
Thank
know.
you, Carolina's corner. Appreciate that. But I'm just saying, what I was just trying to point out to Gemini that you just never know, Gemini. You know what I'm saying? But
No, I
the
dig it. I
NBA
dig it.
did put in their contract about those motorcycles, are harmful or non-protective vehicles, or some type of language they use, like non-protective vehicles or something. You know what I mean?
Man, like a motorcycle, bro. Like, no, bro. That's something that
Yeah,
you shouldn't do.
motorcycles,
I mean, that's something.
shipwrecks, slingshots. You know what I'm saying? Them little things that people be getting into. They try to prevent them from doing it. So they put it in
Yeah.
the contract.
Well, man,
I'm
Jay,
just
you
saying, me
You try
personally,
to get
I
them
wouldn't do it.
off-road dune buggies.
I wouldn't do it if there wasn't a contract. Think about it. I'm a star point guard. I'm a star point guard. I would be thinking like something might happen to me on this motorcycle here. So I think I should not be on a motorcycle because my career could probably end real quick. You know.
But there's a lot of people that ride motorcycles never have an accident.
Yeah. That's only a small percentage though. Shit.
If you don't fall, you ain't a rider. If you don't fall, get back up, you ain't a rider.
Now that
That
part is
makes you
fact.
efficient.
That part.
I like
That's
hey,
fact.
I like the motorcycles too. I like Suzuki's, but you ain't gonna never see me on one.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I mean, that was just a hard thing for Jay Williams. I mean, he was one of the only Duke players that I like.
Yeah, he was
I don't
cold.
like many Duke players. I like
He was
him. I
cold.
like Elton Brand. I like Kyrie Irving. But there's not many Duke players that I like. But he was
Jay
one of them.
Jay
I like Greg
Williams was
Hill.
Jay Williams was a beast coming out, man. He was a Bulls boy. He went in the All-Star game, man. That dude was out there doing his thing. But a lot of people, man, back then.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah, ain't too many Duke players that come out that good though. You know what I'm saying? You're right about that, Dex. Yeah.
but the state of the Hornets.
It's a
I mean,
problem.
listen, we're giving good information, a lot of variance in perspectives that is highly respected. Um, a lot of us are being disagreeable, but we're doing it in a peaceful way. We're doing it in a respectful way. We're not just trying to incite. It's one thing to incite, and it's another thing to agree to disagree. And I think we're demonstrating that in the finest of fashion because, listen, we all know Flight Sports TV is the truth and a trustworthy mechanism. And we also know Flight Sports TV operate with sincere and the best of our ability to give you breaking news, and recap news. Not cap, but recap. And we try to give it to you without filter. We try to give it to you without being dirty. We try to give it to you with the best intellect that we have to espouse our message. And that's one thing that's great about Flight Sports TV. Also, we have multiple age and from old to young. And the voices are being sprinkled like a gusher. And that also is a wonderful thing without filter. Because a lot of people don't like young people talking. A lot of people don't like women talking. You know what I'm saying? So we try not to be chauvinistic. We try not to be misogynistic. and we just try to give the best that we have. So all we ask for you to do is hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And if you feel a little gifty, or if you feel a lot of gifty, we appreciate all your generosity that you hurl towards Flight Sports TV. And that is a wonderful thing that Flight can receive generosity through the vicissitudes of your heart. So keep giving, keep coming, and keep enjoying as we plan to give you an exuberant experience that you probably won't get anywhere else, with the multitudes of voices and the compendium of content creators on this symposium, giving it to you the way we give it to you inside this sanctuary. So salute to everybody that has been participating with Flight Sports TV throughout the years. Salute to everybody that have participated this tonight, from the panel, through the chat, and through the whatever medium you choose to receive the telemetry of the information that has been provided. So salute and big ups to everybody. Let's continue to rock on. The state of the Hornets. Mitty had a presser with Miles Bridges, reintroducing Miles Bridges as a member of the Charlotte Hornets, as Miles Bridges undertake his journey to be great in the Charlotte Hornet uniform, in that teal and white or teal and purple. Lamelo Ball, 260. Could you imagine that? 3 years in the league, 260 million coming through an unorthodox channel. Lamelo Ball came through the non-proper portal to the NBA. And when I say non-proper, not that he did anything illegal or he broke any rules. What I'm referring to is that he didn't come through the pipeline, high school to college to NBA. He was the youngest American. This is in the this is in the Guinness Book of World Records. LaMelo Ball was the youngest American to be a professional player in NBA. The youngest American to be a professional basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear me say that? Professional basketball player. This is actuality. Now, of course, people glaze over that. They gloss over that. They feel it's irrelevant because it was overseas. But he's in the record books as being the youngest American to play professional basketball on record.
Yeah, man, we gotta give this dude credit. Yeah, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing, because you gotta face it, because a lot of these guys couldn't do what Lamelo do, go play overseas with grown men at a young age, then make it to the NBA, and now you doing your thing here. There ain't too many players can do that, and it's a lot harder over there.
That's
too
expensive to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That is expensive to do, to have a 16-year-old American leave the borders of United States and play in a foreign country overseas. Now, we're not talking Canada,
Right.
north of the United States border. We're not talking Mexico, south of the United States border. We're talking about taking flight over rivers, over seas, over oceans, into a whole nother continent.
Yeah.
Foreign, where there's not many black people outside of the few that play basketball in that league.
Mm-hmm.
And survive to the point where you are still hungry for more. Not, I want to go home. I want to quit. This is too much for me. This is a 16-year-old whose mind has been inflated with the desire to be the best basketball player ever. Not from his family, ever. Not from his hood, ever. And that means a whole lot. Now, who the hell microphone? Start echoing. That you come.
I know that was me.
So when you have that type of young man being guided, being directed, being nourished, and developed into that kind of manhood, this is how you get 260. A legitimate 260. Not no facade 260. And the team that drafted him really didn't have much expectations from him. Let's get that out in the open. They didn't have much expectation for Lamelo. They drafted Lamelo because he was the best player they felt was available at the time. Lamelo was not God.
we know that. What Michael Jordan made, we gotta give Michael Jordan made it his business to get Lamelo because they couldn't get Wiseman. So I mean, yeah.
And he still.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
You got to turn your YouTube off in the background.
You know what? I got the fan. I got to turn that fan off or something.
Yeah. So go ahead and mute yourself until you're ready to talk, and I'll let you chime in. And Lamelo, through all of that whirlwind of low expectation and okay, well, you just was available, we got you, to win over these old varmints, because there's a lot of dinosaurs sitting in executive positions in Charlotte. And this is what's wrong with that. Because listen, power yields to nothing except by demand. And these old farts, these decrepit oligarchs ain't trying to give up their power. Why in the hell is Mitch Kupchak still a general manager? Dude, you already cemented. You already made your career. Actually, you dampering your legacy here in North Carolina. You don't even need to be there. I know you're on your way out. I mean, I already know what's going on. You're on your way out. They're going to bring in new, fresh blood. So prior to you leaving, you want to leave an indelible mark as mentioning your signees, not your draftees, your signees, Rosier and Gordon Hayward, as a mark of achievement. How you figure that these players are a mark of achievement? I'm not saying they're garbage. I'm not saying they're trash, because they play basketball way better than me. And way better than I have ever played basketball. I don't care what age I was at. They are much better basketball players than me, supreme athletes. But how can you label this as a mark of achievement when they have yet to win a meaningful game? And when we speak about Gordon Hayward, his availability has been a non-ability. And that's what I've hurt the Charlotte Hornets for a long time. Because Gordon Hayward have yet to play 1 minute of a meaningful basketball game in his teal and white. And
There,
BuzzFeed knows this.
mm,
Yes, sir, Gemini.
just keep it a buck. Hayward only had one good year as a Hornet. That was the year he first got there. Just keep it a buck, 100.
Even that one good year when he got there, he still didn't play 1 minute of meaningful basketball. Because down the stretch, Hayward got hurt, as well as LaMelo Ball got hurt.
Right.
But the difference between LaMelo Ball and Hayward is that LaMelo Ball came back. He fought through the pain of his injury and got his ass back on the court. LaMelo Ball was seen on the sideline in his rookie season, shaking his leg, feeling it in his wrist, that he just was so anxious to get back on that court. It killed him to sit there and watch his team struggle without him. And he knew if he was on that court, he can bring about a brighter outcome. He knew this. The team knew this. But during that time, LaMelo mental anguish sitting on the sideline based on the nature of his injury, he couldn't return. And Miles Bridges had to sweat it out. And Miles Bridges did a wonderful job. Miles Bridges did a wonderful job to keep the Charlotte Hornets afloat until LaMelo got back, because Gordon Hayward didn't come back. So LaMelo Ball came back maybe a little too soon, and he came back and played down the stretch. He didn't play all that fabulous, but by his presence on that court being noticeably infectious, that LaMelo was basically a decoy. And Miles Bridges was just tearing the league up, because the opposition really didn't know how healthy LaMelo really were, because he plays with a smile even through the pain. So Gordon Hayward never came back for the play-in, and they got mollywopped. They got taken behind the woodshed by Indiana. Then the second year, it was a repeat of LaMelo's rookie year when Gordon Hayward fell coming down the stretch and was not able to finish or close the deal. He couldn't make it to the finish line. He stumbled. He tripped. He fell and was unable to get back up. So Miles and Melo once again had to carry the Charlotte Hornets to the finish line. And they got up to the gates of Vienna and failed again, because Trae Young and company was just a better team. Trae Young didn't have a better game, because I believe that game Trae Young was 8 for 24, and LaMelo was 7 for 25. But Trae Young surrounding cast beat up LaMelo surrounding cast, and they went on to advance, and Charlotte got eliminated. So 2 meaningful games that Charlotte has played during LaMelo tenure as a Charlotte Hornets, Gordon Hayward was unavailable. But we talking leadership. We talking leadership. The rookie came back after injury. Gordon Hayward didn't. He was able to come back, but he chose to sit out to get 100% healthy. Even it was perturbing to Coach James Borrego at the time. He was asked at a post-game presser, about the availability of Gordon Hayward, and the look of disgust on James Borrego's face as he used one hand to wipe from his forehead down to his chin in bewilderment and explained, I don't know what's going on with Gordon Hayward. Maybe you should ask him. What's going on with him, I believe, is above my pay grade. This is what James Borrego expressed, paraphrasing, about Gordon Hayward. He said that situation was above his pay grade. So if that situation was above his pay grade, reading between the lines, meaning that I want him back. I know he can come back, but they want to sit him out for a longer duration of time. To win, I don't know. Indefinitely. I don't know when he's coming back. But I know he can come back. Because if that wasn't the case with Gordon Hayward, then Coach James Borrego would have said or expressed, oh yeah, his timetable is such and such. We expect him back then. He would have the authority to speak on it. But since he didn't have the authority to speak on it, he cleared himself by saying Gordon Hayward's situation is above my pay grade. You got to talk that up with Mitch. This is what he said. Lamelo rookie season. So when I watched Charlotte Hornets up close and personal live in 3D at a game, sitting right behind Lamelo, I could blow in the back of his neck and see hair move on his neck. That's not cool. Pause, of course. I'm just explaining how close I was. So, if you want to speak about it, just let me know. That way the echo won't come on. So I was that close, and I was watching with a microscope that how the Charlotte Hornets were getting along. And you know what I found, ladies and gentlemen? I found that there was a disconnect. It was a form of dissociation between the young players, the veterans, and the players and the coaching staff. There was a lot of separation, a lot of chasms between the ages and job description. And I was like, wow, now I see why these guys lose. Even though they was fighting hard, they was playing hard, it was a meaningful basketball game, especially for both teams, because both teams was racing for playoff position, even though one team was more apt to receive a playoff position than Charlotte. But Charlotte was racing for postseason eligibility. And they eventually got it. But it was a low entry level position. But they still got an opportunity to advance to play into the extended season, which is the playoffs. And I just noticed how Lamelo and some of the young guys were kind of grouped together. Then I noticed the older guys were kind of somewhat together. And I noticed that Miles Bridges wasn't really talking to nobody. Miles Bridges and Gordon Hayward weren't talking to nobody. Terry would talk a little, from time to time. Ish Smith would talk from time to time. Cody Martin was the new teacher's pet from what I've seen. But the Kai Jones, the Book Knights, the Nick Richards, the younger guys that needed a lot of development, they was on the end of the bench playing footsies. And since this was a TV game, this was a nationally televised game, I saw the three-ring circus. I seen that when they called timeout, the assistant coach would run and grab Lamelo and tell him to come into the huddle, even though Lamelo was not on the floor. He was not a part of the starting. He was not part of the five that was on the floor at the time. They would still go down and get Melo. Assistant coach would run down and get Melo, tell him, come on. And he would get in the huddle. And they were supposedly listening to James Borrego. Gordon Hayward never went into that huddle. Every time out, Gordon Hayward never went into that huddle. And I think Miles Bridges missed a couple of them too. And that showed me the nature of the Charlotte Hornets. So therefore, I was not flabbergasted anymore. I had a stern understanding of what the hell was going on. And what I concluded was there is a serious disassociation among players and coaches.
Okay, so I'm still on. You want me to have faith in the front court?
Man.
You talking about have faith? Oh my goodness, for Dex, I don't know about that. Jesus Christ, I don't know, man.
But the only bright spot about the things I said and the things to come is that, as Uncle Burns says, there's a new sheriff in town. So now, since the reins have been turned over to this new ownership group, I guess we have to give them the benefit of the doubt, because the old regime was working in a Jurassic fashion. And that, I believe, that plagued the Charlotte Hornets and the young developmental core that seemed like their development was arrested.
Honestly, that's the only part I give y'all. But I mean, past that, I don't know, dog. I mean, call us a SWAT team out for a front court, cause Mitch ain't that dude to go get it.
Mitch has already retired. That's the thing. And Mikey knows this. Mikey J knows Mitch came there to rest, to put out minimal effort, because Mike is going to put out minimal amount of money. So Mitch ain't screaming and making all these phone calls to try to secure deals and things of that nature, when Mikey, he would give a report to Mikey, and Mikey would be like, I ain't paying that. Can you find something else? Can you be a little more thrifty? So Mitch was like, wait a minute. This guy ain't trying to win. He's just trying to float. Okay, well, I'll float with him. Mitty wanted to resign, and Mike told him to stay on a couple more years.
Man,
look at this guy. Look at Mitty. Look at the picture. This guy is done. He's checked out. He's not in the
Hey, Dex, can you imagine if this dude was hollering and screaming, making the phone calls? He will have a heart attack and die.
Wow,
Man.
That's crazy. But this is a young man's game. But they're playing like old men in Monopoly. This is a young man's game. Why Mike did not hire? Well, I'm talking about not Mitty. Did not hire after a few years. Let Mitty kind of, because he had the Asian guy there first, Choi, right? GM
Right.
Choi. So he had the Asian guy there. Then Mitty came in and kind of straightened up a little bit. And then he should have let Mitty go. Mitty should have left. Okay, Mike, we got Lamelo Ball, we got Miles Bridges, we got PJ Washington, we got Jalen McDaniels, we got Nick Richards, we got Vernon Carey, we got James Bouknight, Kai Jones. Okay, Mike, you got a good young core. Put somebody in here that's young, that can motivate these young guys. Stop. Borrego wasn't an old coach, but he just was a coach that just couldn't relate. He was a Mexican. He was the first Mexican coach ever in the NBA. And he just wasn't able, he's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He wasn't able to relate to the players like that. maybe to Gordon to a certain extent, or Cody Zeller to a certain extent. But a lot of these other players, he just wasn't relatable to, especially the young ones. That caused a disassociation. But nevertheless, okay, Borrego is gone. But you hire another ancient dinosaur in Cliffy. Now, I don't hate Cliffy. I don't mind Cliffy. But come on, Mikey. Let's get something young up in here, some fresh. You're not going any fucking where. Where are you going? You're not going to the championship tomorrow. So get a young coach, let him get his feet wet. Now I'm talking about a good young coach, not just anybody. I'm talking about Sam Cassell specifically. Get a Sam Cassell in there. Let him run with the team. He's a point guard and he has championship legacy. Not only did he win one, he won 2 championships, from what I understand.
Yes, sir.
So he has that. And he knows what it takes to win, from what I believe. So that Cliffy thing, I don't understand it, but like I say, mad at it, because Cliffy have taken Charlotte to the playoffs before. Cliffy have taken the Orlando Magic before. So every team that Cliffy head coach, he has taken to the playoffs. So I understand that. But if you're really trying to do something with this team, you would have reached down and grabbed a young coach that can relate to these young players, that has been through AAU and still have connection to the youth. Cliffy ain't got no connection to the youth. You know that, and I know that. He has no connection.
Yeah, you made a good point about Sam Cassell. Why didn't they? He could have came over here to be a coach for the Charlotte, because he's an assistant coach for the Boston Celtics. So
Boston locked him up with a contract, though.
Well, how much did they give him?
No, it's just that they locked him up with the paperwork.
Okay. But I think if he was to get if he wanted to be a head coach, or if another team was to offer that money, I think he would leave and go get that.
They're waiting for Missouri to get knocked off.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, that's what. I don't think they're gonna let Joe Missouri go. They're gonna give him one more season, I believe.
That's what they're doing. They're waiting for him to get knocked off.
Yeah. So we'll see what the Boston Celtics do this year. They gotta make it to the playoffs. Miami, I don't know. Miami missing some pieces though. I mean, they're still gonna probably make the play-in, but they, see, free agency is almost over with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be over with on the 31st is the last day of free agency, right? Until the trade deadline. I think July 31st to the last day, right?
I think so.
Yeah. As far as free agency go.
How far you got the mic?
Yeah.
Please subscribe to Flight Sports TV, hit the like button, and leave a comment.
So if the Charlotte was going to be serious, they're going to have to shuffle that deck, because they keep talking, we want to get better, we want to do this, but they're still hanging on to unnecessary debris. And that's what kind of disturbed me a little bit. And like Pope said before, they want Lamelo to work miracles. And that's disturbing to me, to put that much burden on the young man. And he doesn't have the team like Ant-Man. He doesn't have the team like Tyrese Halliburton, because those are the newest $260 million men as well. But they have a more legitimate structure around them, if you want to be real about it. Ant-Man been in the playoffs 2 years straight, and he's putting up 30s in the playoffs with 2 All-Stars.
Yes, sir.
Tyrese Halliburton Uh, I think what's your name was an all-star, Miles Turner. I don't know if he was one year or he was
No,
on the cusp.
Turner wasn't a recent All Star, but he has been a All Star.
Right. Yeah, he's been one. Yeah. And Melo only has one, and that's Gordon Hayward. He has been an all-star, but we already know Gordon Hayward is trending down. Miles Turner's not trending down. Miles Turner might have leveled out. I don't think Miles Turner's trending up. He might have leveled out, but he's not trending down.
I mean, at this point, that's the main reason why I said if Miami can go after undrafted players to prove themselves, why can't Charlotte do it and go get the front court pieces that they need?
But what I'm saying is that it's not about being drafted or undrafted. It's about having pride and effort in what you do. Because with Miami, we saw that. They was playing on pride, dude. And by them playing on pride, that beats 3/4 of the NBA because less than 3/4 of the NBA don't play on pride. They're very chauvinistic. And Charlotte have decent pieces, but they are chauvinistic. That's the problem. And this is why Lamelo gets upset at times. Because I've seen him come to the sideline upset, like, oh, why you take me out at this moment, man? You putting these dudes in. You know, I've seen it on his face. So when you have players surrounded by Lamelo that's playing based on self-grandizing and non-altruistic basketball, you're going to have an issue. And it becomes burdensome on Lamelo. But now Miles is back. I think this will help to some degree.
Well, we're definitely about to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out because I believe Miles have been rehabilitated. And when you look at Miles at that presser, you're looking at a man that can't wait to unleash his possession. Miles possessed a whole lot of talent inside. And he knew, and listen, Miles skate by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Because California don't play that when it comes to victimizing, a man victimizing a woman. They don't play that. And they don't care what the woman say. They will try to prosecute you without a witness. And they're good at it.
Hold on. You say victimized? He victimized the woman? I thought she provoked him to do something because that's what I thought. You know, man, I thought he was provoked.
No, K.
Maybe I'm missing something.
What Dexter's trying to say, I think, is that with the state taking over the case, because she did want the charges dropped, I think that's the aspect that Dexter's talking from at this point.
Yep, exactly. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you right. To a young black man, in California, or a black man in general. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I could agree.
And listen, and one thing about California, they love tackling or bringing down celebrities. Oh, they get their juices from that. You feel me? And this is how prosecutors climb up the ladder. When you take down a celebrity, a known celebrity, and you break them down to nothing. This is how they ascend up the ladder in the rankings of DA, U.S. attorneys, attorney general, when they do that. If you go and look at these high profile prosecutors, I guarantee you they have tackled a celebrity or two during their journey into the spot that they're currently holding. I'm talking about the high
That
profile, not
right,
just the
but
average.
that's the part I agree with you on because her statement she didn't want the charges, so I dig it. I'm not against them. I'm just saying at power forward right now, they still got a problem, man.
Yes, we're talking the state of the Hornets, not just the state of the union. This is not presidential. This is not politics. We're only talking the state of the Hornets. This has been localized. This has been pinpoint, precise perspectives directed to the Charlotte Hornets. And we understand that there's holes in the structure of this roster. We understand that it could be worse, but the Swiss cheese that we're actually looking at, is it real or is it Memorex? Is this a fortitude roster or is it a farce? This is what we're trying to distinguish as we address the state of the Hornets.
Because I mean, I do want them to do good, but
Shout out Murdoch.
I just don't see it with this roster. Now go ahead and say what you were saying, Kay.
No, yeah, we was talking about Miles. See, yeah, we was talking about Miles Bridges. Say these guys, off the court issues. It just shows you, man. Like prime example for Golden State this past season, Andrew Wiggins. He had the off the court issue at home, to where he had to take some time off. Then he came back. He was still playing okay, but he wasn't playing the same like he was before when he came back. You see.
Uh, Wiggins been had an up and down game though, bro. He been had an up and down game. I mean, he is the fourth option on that team.
Well, I don't know about the fourth option. To me, though, the reason why they won the championship last year because when Kirby was having some bad games, Andrew Wiggins was the guy that stepped up and that mattered most. It wasn't just Klay Thompson, but it was Andrew Wiggins that won that got him that championship. You want to believe that or not? Because I watched those games and I can tell you firsthand.
Here's the reason why I say he's the fourth option on that team. We would have never heard Poole name ringing like that. Poole would have never gotten that 140 mil if he wasn't the fourth option on the team. Wiggins is the fourth option because Poole got his money first.
Yeah,
Think about it.
and then Andrew Wiggins, he got the max contract too, didn't he? I forgot what it was, but I know he got a max contract too. After, I mean, yeah.
He didn't get close to 140, pimp. Not 140.
I don't know where.
Heck, even right now, Green got 100.
I don't even know how he got 100 million. He shouldn't got that, but I mean, I can understand Draymond Green getting it, and I can understand,
Wait.
I can understand that part, but him getting it, oh hell no.
A lot of the offense goes through Green though. Think about it. You're talking about Golden State.
Yeah, Green is he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? He should get it. I know a lot of people on the panel the other time be like, oh man, Draymond shouldn't got that 100 million, but damn. Shit, they just gave 100 some million to Jordan Poole before they traded him to the Wizards.
But they only traded him because he's a locker room problem.
He's a
They
locker
wouldn't have
room
got rid of
problem.
that boy.
Yeah, he was a locker room problem.
If
You
it
know.
wasn't for that, they would have kept him.
All you got to do, man, put Poole in the tour, man. Shut the hell up and just, man, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you know.
And that's why he got punched in the mouth. That's the
Yeah.
same exact reason why he got punched in the mouth. For what you just said.
Yeah, but
So
he was
come
talking a
on,
lot of
man.
shit to he was talking yeah, but y'all he was talking a lot of shit to Draymond. Be like, oh, he was telling. I heard that he, you know what I'm saying. He was telling Draymond, you're gonna get traded. Told Draymond, you're gonna get traded to Sacramento. You know, I mean,
He told
stupid bullshit like that.
Draymond,
You know,
he
you ain't gonna
told
get no extension.
Draymond that he would not get an extension
Right.
and that he would be traded.
Mm-hmm.
And then Green said, "Oh yeah," and then that's what sparked it off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why that part. That's why it was leading up to that. So, did he deserve to get punched in the face? I mean, some people say no. Well, he might have deserved it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he was cruising for a bruising since he got there though. He
No, no,
been
but
doing that.
I heard some other veterans was telling Draymond, man, you better shut him up, man. For you know, but they wasn't doing nothing though. But you know,
But they was talking about when he first got there, he was already talking.
right.
That's what they was talking about.
Uh,
He already made it seem like he was a splash brother, and he just got there.
right. I mean, that's good for competition. They make guys step their game up, make sure they stay on their game. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, something that could get a little too overboard at times. You know, that you need to
Nah, he
tone it
was
down a
pushing
little
the
bit.
envelope, pimp. He was
Yeah,
pushing the
yeah,
envelope.
yeah. He was. I can't disagree with that.
He was definitely pushing the envelope. So I can't give him right when he was dead wrong.
Yeah. So Draymond, yeah. So yeah, that I believe that messed up their season too. When you punch that dude in the face, he wasn't the same. Of course, they was not gonna, you know, he ain't gonna be the same. You know, of course, right? If you get punched in your face, you still on the basketball team. Would I still be the same player? Depending on who you are, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a mental.
Nah, we would have tore that jump down, dog. We
Hey,
would
if
have
I
tore
got
that
punched,
jump
nigga,
down.
like I was telling Dick some months ago, Draymond would never got that close to me, pimp. You know, from the hood, nigga, you get too close, I'm already swinging at your ass.
So
You ain't gonna get that
it
close to
is
me.
what it is.
Yeah, yeah, Draymond, yeah, bro. Yeah, so 100 mil. I hope the Golden State make a push. I don't see championship DNA with this team this coming season. You know, I don't see that. I see making it to the playoffs team, but that's about it. But if I didn't see, nah.
I agree.
Miami Heat, Miami Heat? Will they play above their head this year? This coming season, we gonna find out. Are they gonna play their way
I
back
like
into?
their draft pick. I like their draft pick. That guy from UCLA is balling. I I will give it to him. He balling.
They need a center,
Just know
bro.
his name. I don't know his name.
They need. I think if they could help Bam Adebayo out in that hole, man. Like I said, that's why I keep on saying, man. Howard would be a good pickup if somebody was to call him up. I mean, I think Miami could use him. You know what I'm saying? If LA didn't choose to go get him already. I mean, they got LA got Jackson Hayes, so they got a lot of faith in Jackson Hayes right now. So I guess you know we'll see.
Yeah, but that don't have nothing to do with LA though.
But but as far as Miami go, if Miami just get a center like Howard, I mean shit, that's they take care of their problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but as far as Charlotte, Charlotte need a tune up.
Shot.
I think between this year and next year, it's gonna be an undercover rebuild, and I think they literally are gonna go after unrestricted free agents. I'm sorry.
Well, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of surprises in next year. Though. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot of surprises with that Charlotte team. What trades or what moves they make, we just don't. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that's probably be already getting set up already, man. You know. Yeah, and that's also coverage. Zion said he really want to play. He really want to be out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
And his
that's what.
stepdad talking from him.
Yeah, we know this, but yeah, of course he got to come out himself and make himself look good. I mean, you just don't want nobody just Yes.
Yeah, but his stepdad talking for him. That's where he messing up right there.
Yeah, my bad for that mic. I thought my stuff was better, but yeah, man. Like Zion's trying to be, like I said, man. I mean, I hope to see him play, but I know I want the Pelicans to. I mean, I think they're gonna make it to the playoffs or play in. They should be. I mean, they got the roster to do some damage, but what I'm saying. But see, like Zion's just that missing link, though. Like, man, he should be ready to play now. You know what I'm saying? But we know the situation with him right now.
I mean, if we was a destination for free agents, he would be replaced already. But as far as right now, I will keep him.
Man, you had no choice. You gotta keep him. I mean, come on, man. You got one more year. You got one more year with Zion to see if he gonna. If he don't really play this year, you got one more year with him. It that sucks because I know some of the guys over there like, damn man, we like shit. We need you out here, like, damn it, But I guess they gonna toughen it out though. I mean, they did good without him last year. I mean, make it. I mean, not throwing no shade at Zion, but saying they could probably be more effective if he, if he was playing with them, and they probably could have got further.
Oh yeah, it definitely would have got further
Right.
if he was playing.
Right. That's the thing.
But I was starting center. The starting center for the Pelicans was hurt too.
Valajunas. Yeah. If he wasn't hurt, that still probably could have got over the hump because I mean, don't get me wrong, Valajunas could give you points. He could give you. I mean, you get like I say, he could give you easy 20-25 if you. You know what I'm saying? Give him the ball in there. I mean, he could shoot. He could shoot the three, shoot the perimeter. He bang inside. I mean, yeah, he was. I like Valajunas since he's with the Raptors.
Yeah, so that's why we're not too worried about Zion.
Now, I'm just thinking about somebody. What happened to Serge Ibaka, man? Then maybe that's what the Lakers. I was trying to think.
Injury prone. He haven't got over his injuries.
He ain't got over his injuries. See, that's another dude that the Miami Heat probably could have used. He had bang in the hole. I mean, Serge could shoot the three also, but he had bang inside and get boards too and get Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. What team Serge play for anyway? I thought he was what team is he on?
The last team he was on was the Bucks.
So he still might be over there. I gotta look him up. I gotta look him up see if he's still part of their roster over there.
No, they waived him.
Oh shit! So anybody?
They waived him during the season.
Oh, so did he get picked up by another team yet, or he's still looking for
Not
a team?
to my knowledge.
He probably looking for a team. Yeah, normally if these guys don't get picked up, they're gonna mess around and go overseas for a while until they get a phone call.
No, Serge's not doing that because Serge designed clothes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's designed
Serge really not tripping at all.
Oh yeah.
Either he in the NBA or he out the NBA. He ain't tripping.
He ain't tripping. Somebody gonna get a phone call because Serge ain't no. I mean, Serge is about he about 33 years old. You know what I'm saying? 34 probably. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he got other stuff going on inside the court, which that's good. I mean, his money ain't gonna stop. Nah,
I mean he actually lives well.
Right.
He make a lot of money just doing clothing.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So at this point, Mitch just shouldn't have spoke what he spoke when it came to Charlotte. I just feel he overspoke.
I think he overspoke. I really think he was just talking outside of his neck on something.
Yeah,
other ones.
we about to get up out of here. We're gonna pull back up tomorrow. Y'all can stay on. Y'all know the deal. It's Flight Sports.
Yeah, K, stay on.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.